Should be a good game today. You've obviously seen these two firsthand this season. Who's your prediction? And obviously good to see Ironbank back in the finals for starters.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see a good football club back into some finals football. A lot of young blokes that have been there for a few years now have deserved to play a bit of finals football, and now they're here and they're hopefully reaping some rewards this week.
And yourself, 97 goals, 3 more. Maybe wait till the grand final to bring up that ton.
Oh, I want to kick against Sherry.
Yeah.
No, mate, I haven't really thought about that too much, buddy. It's been great. We've got an awesome midfield, so they've been feeding me a fair bit this year. So hopefully it comes when it comes, mate.
All right, here we go. Qualifying final action. Ironbank-Cherry Gardens up against Bridgewater-Callington. And we're up and running. The umpires today are Brenton Zurch, Glenn Godfrey, Reese Williams, Boundary Brodie Clark, Steve Cookey, Jack D, Brad Irvin Thomas, and the goal umpires are Darren Hinks and Johnny McDonald. And we'll go through the Bridgewater-Callington lineup very shortly. Well, here's the Bridgewater-Callington lineup now. Will Healy, Adam Houlihan, Liam Healy, Jack Beaverland, the vice-captain, good to see him back, Michael Lancaster, Maxie Wakefield, dangerous player he is, played interleague as well, Willie Searle, Connor Healy, Reece Jordan, Nathan Rowlands, Craig Evans, Sam Fatulis, Sam Witt, Johnny McDonald, the skipper, Nick Jansen, vice-captain, Will Fernhead, saw him in the Courier Cup final, most valuable player. Back from Onkers, Steve Smith, last year's best on in the grand final, Hayden Smith, Nathan Fitzgerald, Tommy Schwartz and Ben O'Donnell. Not a bad lineup there, Rob and Chris.
Yeah, pretty good. Impressive. Obviously premiers last year, so you know they're the ones to beat. So there's a couple of us chasing them. So the ball at the moment's down at centre half back for Ironbank, and it's kicked out to the far wing and it's gone out of bounds.
Thunderers will be kicking towards the scoreboard end in this first quarter. You know Nairne first hand. What's the best end, Chris? Obviously we've seen one of your best goals near the balcony over there this year.
That's my favourite pocket. So obviously, that's my favourite end. But obviously today most of the goals will be kicked to the right today, down the other end, and because that's obviously where the wind's going a bit today.
Okay, the tackling up and the ball's gone back into the bottom of the pack.
I just saw Craig Evans just rock up, so he must have had something done with the North Football Club, so he's running a bit late just then.
Okay, Vandenberg up against... Can't see who went up.
And Pistols has joined us here, full house in the commentary box, Pistols.
Yeah, thanks Goldie. As they go into attack here, and step around the corner, the first goal of the afternoon has been scored by Adam Houlihan for the Raiders, as we've played just over 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and Adam Houlihan with a clever little snap there has raised the first major, so first blood here. Interesting guys, the first meeting between these clubs in a major round game since 1996, which was the elimination final over at Uradler Oval, and Rodney Campbell was in charge of the Thunderers, and the great Bruce Lindsay was in charge of the Bridgewater Football Club as it was back then. So
number 32 for the Woodville West Torrens.
There you go, I knew you'd know that. So yeah, so
it was a lovely goal there by Houlihan. He's a really classy player. He's a really good player for this league. I think he could play a little bit higher, but
so back in the centre, Vandenberg, and Rowlands doing battle, ball run out here, tapping it forward with Toping with Sam Witt towards the coaching box, interchange wing area, so the ball out of bounds, and we'll have a ruck through. And so 2-3 minutes gone, it's Bridgewater in charge, one straight to Ironbank yet to get on board. Vandenberg to tap down, taken by Muirden. Muirden tried to get the handball out, but in the meantime it's been infringed, so Will Muirden, the erstwhile captain of the Thunderers, take the free kick in the wing area, drives towards the half forward flank area, packs it himself. Under there, got his hands to it, was Beard, ball goes to ground. Got a radar over the top of him in Sam Witt. Bit of push and shove, sorry, it's Michael O'Sullivan, looking similar. Beard with the beard, I'd suggest. So umpire comes in and we'll ball it up. So we're about some 40 metres out from the Ironbank goal, the town end here in this first quarter. Ball shuffling around a bit like a pinball there. Fed out by Muirden.
Quick hands, great finish here for
Sherwood. Here there's Adam Sherwood. I'll tell you what, some good movement there called by Chris Laddams. As I said, Muirden getting the ball out and assistance there from Michael O'Sullivan, and finished off with Adam Sherwood. And as we saw, Craig Evans, because Sturt playing at Norwood earlier today, so he's just arrived. So good movement there, Chris Laddams.
Yeah, it was fantastic movement there. Great tap there by Jeff Munn, who's been in fantastic form when he's played for the Ironbank Football Club, and obviously Sherry's classy around goals. Rob's gone off in the box right here behind me, but it's been fantastic to see Sherry get on the board early. It's going to be a bit clustered early, but obviously whoever's going to be clean, they're going to get some rewards on the scoreboard.
So Roland was the tap over Vanderberg, taken by Muirden for the Thunderers, drives and forward, bouncing ball intercept by Morgan. Fends it off well here to Watton. Watton unleashes inside the 50-metre arc. Races on here, grabbed here by Munn. He's hit the post.
Snap around the corner
Jeffrey
there
Munn.
by Jeffrey Munn.
Yeah,
Hit the post.
there. So first minor scores to Ironbank. They lead 1-1 to Bridgewater, one straight goal. 5 minutes gone here, first quarter qualifying final from Johnson's Foods International Park. Goldie, bit of a mouthful there, isn't it?
Good quick centre clearance there, Chris.
Yeah,
Shows the Thunderers at their best.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said before, if you're going to be clean in these sort of games, you're going to get some forward entries, and if you get it deep, obviously you're going to put defenders under pressure.
Obviously myself, Pistols, and also Chris Laddams and Rob Sherwood joining us today for special comments in the qualifying final here from Nairne Oval. Looking forward to seeing how Will Muirden goes today. One of the male medal contenders, that's for sure. Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Will's been a class player for 10 years at that football club, and his leadership and his professionalism is why he's probably one of the male medal favourites.
Ball locked in there. It's two number 3s in there, Muirden and Houlihan. And over the top, Jackie Beverlander, who returned to the side last week after a bicep injury, kept him out of action for a couple of weeks. Up they go again, Rollins and Vanderberg. Ball flicked there to Joel Van Parenton, fumbled there, coming in strongly. Bridgewater skipper and Johnny McDonald was infringed too high was the call. And he break onto that characteristic left foot, chips the ball across here to the agency of a teammate in Smith. He goes further afield. Looking down there for Sandy Fatulis, the Golden Greek. He's beset by a couple of Thunderers. Simon Holm from the back pocket gets his boot to ball. Only as far as Smith grabs it for the Raiders, sends it back to where it's came, but they're close to the boundary line. Maxie Wakefield could control it, and out of the boundary line, Brakunga end of the ground. And it is Bridgewater 1 goal trailing Ironbank 1-1, 6.5 minutes gone.
Early thoughts, Chris, after the opening 6 minutes?
Yeah, you just got to be careful playing Nairne Oval. If you play the lower ground, you're going to get caught in the pockets. You've got to play top side in this football oval, and that's where you get to the head of the squares there, guys.
So the ball's now 40 metres out here from the Raiders' goal. Willie Sell deep in the attack outside their stoppage. Let's see if he can get going again today. This time from Nairne Oval. Former Ironbank player, of course, Willie. And it'll be a stoppage again. 40 metres out from the Raiders' goal.
Vandenberg, third man up. Yeah, was Smith with a big fist. That was Stevie Smith towards the boundary line. Just while I got you here, Chris, both of these sides, you've obviously seen a lot of them during the year. What's impressed you about each side, and who do you actually favour today?
Yeah, I was sort of, my heart says Ironbank, because obviously I've got a bit of a connection there, but I think the experience of Bridgewater the last few years with finals might get over the line, but yeah, one's a sort of fast running team in Ironbank, and the other likes releasing off half-back, which is Bridgewater.
Meanwhile, working hard in defence, Simon Holm for the Thunderers drives the ball out here. Clever trap by Will Fernand. He was impressive when we saw him earlier in the year in Footy Flicks. Kick smothered there. Working hard there was Ironbank. Looks like umpire's coming with a free kick.
Advantage paid.
It has been paid. And string away is
That
Will
man you're
Fernand.
talking about, Pistols, just making the most of his opportunity there, Chris.
Yeah, he's a good young player. We saw him at the Courier Cup a few weeks ago, and he sort of damaged us from the wing, and he's explosive. So I think Ironbank have watched something really close on that today.
That was a game that we did call, Chris, and yeah, he was pretty outstanding. He actually won the MVP on Hills Footy Flicks that day. As you said, from the wing, he just drove the ball in and kicked a couple of goals himself. So
yeah, absolutely, Pistons. He killed us that day, and he's a good young player, and it looks like his form sort of carried on the last few weeks too.
So 8.5 minutes gone. Raiders 2-goal lead. Ironbank 1-1. Up they go. Rollins and Vandenberg. Ball comes down here. Grab the ball is Nicky Jansen. Gets a handball across here to Houlihan.
Look at that pace. Away he goes.
Just breaks away inside 50 here. Lead towards Maxie Wakefield.
Clever.
Grab it. This man's all class. And I tell you what, not on this occasion, but everything he does, Gold, he's very classy.
Very slick there, Chris.
Yeah,
and Houlihan, you were talking about in the opening couple of minutes. There was a sign there, sprinting away from the centre.
Yeah, he's a classic player, Houlihan. He's got that leg speed. Something I wish I had now at 36, but
He's got your class though, mate.
he's got my class too. Yeah, thanks, Sherry. But yeah, he's a really good damaging player. So if you get him off the chain, he's going to hit you.
Rob Sherwood, what are your thoughts on the opening 9 minutes? Just a threatening period here for the Raiders. See if the Thunderers can respond to it.
Yeah, I'd say they're on top in the middle, and I mean probably 70% of the game's been played down in the forward half of Bridgeway, but. Yeah, I mean, we've just got to be careful on how we use the ball. So
that has been the scoring end, if I believe, during the other matches towards where the Raiders are kicking to at the moment.
Yeah, Sherwood took the ball there, handballed off to Simon.
Wheels on here if he gets it.
And William Muirden out on the forward flank on the far side of the ground.
Good pressure from Sammy Witt, former Ironbank Junior. Ball comes back in. Ironbank to drive it high towards the pocket area. Coming across, there was Tommy Watton.
Yep.
Ball close to the end of Chris Latimer's pocket there.
Yeah,
we can
Chris
dump
Latimer's
it
pocket.
today. Stacks on the mill. Good defensive work there by Reece Jordan. Playing in the back line here today, Goldie. That's unusual. We've seen him more at the other end for the Raiders.
We have. So boundary throwing just in front of the scoreboard here at Nairne Oval in the Chris Latimer's pocket. Kicked one of the goals of the season. According to the YouTube subscribers, Zach Van Paradon, tight in the pocket, checks side. It's gone
Across
out
the
of bounds
face
on
and
the
out of
full.
bounds on the full. So 10.5 minutes gone. Raiders in charge 2-1 to Ironbank 1-1. Goal kickers so far Adam Houlihan and Sherwood
And Will Fernhead.
and Fernhead.
So a kick down towards centre wing, just in front of where we're broadcasting here. Bit of a change of handballs. Eventually Michael O'Sullivan kicks it inside attacking 50. 1-on-1 contest here. The dangerous Tagliaferri's around the action.
Oh,
So is Will Fernhead.
bit of shimmy work
Bit
there,
of
Goldie.
poise. Gets a 10-metre kick away to Connor Healy on the left boot. Goes further afield and finds Hayden Smith for the Bridgewater-Callington Raiders.
So Smith half forward flank area kicking towards the Bracunga. Callington into the ground, sends it long inside 50.
Willie,
The target
1-on-1.
is Willie Searle.
Oh, he's been
To
ridden there.
Beard. Ball comes free. Beard dives on it courageously. Gets it out. Coming in to help him teammate there. Ball held in there. Umpire watching it and finally he'll come in. He's paid a free kick here.
It's going to the Thunderers.
Looks like it'll be Michael O'Sullivan. So Sullivan, former Sturt Junior.
Very good player, Michael O'Sullivan. Can play in any role, utility, half back, half forward.
Gets across here to big knocker Vandenberg. Also a previous MVP player winner on Footy Flicks. Drives it up here, but to Craig Evans, who arrived late. He's certainly getting the action
he's
quickly as
looking
he
sleek.
drives it back inside 50. Looking at Willie Searle, but big
the best
knocker
kid.
Vandenberg gets back and takes the relieving mark in front of a former teammate, Willie Searle.
Likes a wrestle I saw as well. Pistols on the YouTube. Big Willie in the middle of the ground.
Absolutely, chips it over here, and the mark taken out here to his brother. That's right, keeping the family as Will Vandenberg takes the mark half-back flank area. Netball court side, Nairne Oval. Undecided what to do, he runs himself in a bit of trouble and then when he gets a quick kick away. Elijah Ware with a big leap. Ball comes out, taken by Nugget Van Paradon. He's locked up by Johnny McDonald. Van Paradon goes back for seconds. Also Jackie Beaverland in typical style, head over the ball. Locks it up, so the umpire comes in and will ball it up. But once again, 12.5 minutes, 13 minutes gone. 2-1, plays 1-1 in favour of the Raiders.
Pistols, myself, Chris Ladhams and also Rob Sherwood today for the qualifying final. Houlihan gets the ball out towards Fitzgerald, the youngster. Good smother there. Gets it back though, snaps it and another good smother. So good double play there by the Thunderers.
Good pressure there by Adam Sherwood. Very good player. Once again, guys, the ball's in that sort of dead pocket at the moment. We're going to play top side here to get on the scoreboard.
So Sharon Vandenberg in front got the tap down. Bit of aerial ping pong. Once again, the ball held up at ground level though. Elijah Ware in there with his considerable experience. Of course, past premiership player for the Achunga Football Club in Div 1. Rob, can I just mention before the game, of course, the loss of the playing coach, what impact that sort of had? What was the words from Scott?
I think they were a bit flat, the boys, last week, but they've trained well this week, and I think they're just going to get on with it like they have all year and see what happens.
Houlihan to the top of the square, it bounces. Maxie Wakefield trying to get a a la Pele type strike. Got his foot to the ball, but through for a minor score. So Bridgewater move on to 2-2 to 1-1. Come out to 14 minutes gone the first term here. So
Yeah, so getting back to that, Pistols, I mean, they'll just try to play to their usual running game and do it for Scotty in a way, I suppose. So the ball's come out of the back pocket and it's taken by Will Muirden out there. So just slowing the game down a little.
So Muirden, the skipper, drives towards the centre winger. Morgan comes to meet in front with Fatoulis, brings the ball to ground, follows it up, taps it forward, taken by Houlihan.
He's been active.
Time gets it back into Beaverland. He gets a quick kick away. Back in camp, down with his young Will Fernhead. Takes the mark, under plenty of pressure there. Elects to play on quickly.
Connor.
Schneider gets it out here towards Connor Healy on the edge of the forward arc. Chips it further afield, and a good mark taken in the pocket there, looks like by Smith. Thinking Stephen Smith. The Swell veteran also was pretty good in the game against Nairne down at Callington, the Courier Cup.
Yeah, and also last year in the grand final he played
actually won the BOG award.
Ground, so Smith's been a great player for their football
So
club.
Stephen Smith,
Looks like he's
from about
kicking
25 metres, a man who knows how to kick goals. Chris Lambs would be pretty happy with that finish.
Yeah, fantastic movement there from the Bridgewater Football Club. Obviously a bit of luck with Beverlander switching the ball and hit Fernwood, but like I said, guys, you hit that top side, switch your play, and it opens up on the fat side there, which got Smith into a bit of space.
So 3-2 Bridgewater Raiders, 20 play Ironbank 1 goal 1-7, 15.5 minutes gone. Term 1 here, qualifying final Division 2 action coming here from Johnston Foods International Park out at Nairne Oval, or Chris Laddam's Oval.
No, it's not my oval.
Yeah, just got a pocket, mate. You haven't got the oval
Just
yet.
got the pocket. Just a bit of a mention to the Nairne boys in the barbecue shed. Got 88.9 on. So Nick Yench and Revo up there.
How's Yen go on the barbecue, mate?
Yeah, he's not good with counting, so we just put him on the barbecue so he can cook the food, because he can't count.
It'd be a bit distressed, wouldn't he, cooking up some of his girlfriends, lamb chops from down at
Yeah, it does
Salem?
get a bit heartbreaking for the old Yenchi when you cook a meat on the barbie, because he's got a lot of family.
Meanwhile, Craig Evans drives the Raiders out of the centre towards the Connor Healy direction. He fumbled the ball at ground level and out over the boundary line. So
when you find Nick Yench, you find Jack Revington, so that's them too.
Ah.
Yeah,
so if you're listening, get along to the barbecue tent and take it out of Yenchi. Ball comes down. Once again, McDonald pokes it forward, gathers the ball, so it was Evans, gave it to Connor Healy on the run. He's got Willie Searle drifting across the face of goals and takes a tumbling mark adjacent to the point post, so this will take his best kick. Chris, you've converted a few from there?
Yeah, these kicks now, you got your 10-metre rule, so they're pretty easy kicks. So if he takes
Typical
his time,
full forward there. He thought about passing off, thought,
he
no, I'll
has
go
now.
for glory. Eh?
He has
yeah,
now.
just in.
He has now.
Done the right thing,
And he has found Sammy Fatoulis, I think it is.
For Toulis, about 10 metres out, almost directly.
Yeah,
in
fantastic
front.
kick there by Will. Obviously, those kicks there in the pocket there, you can kick pretty easily, you know, with the 10-metre.
Of course, Premiership player last year, started the season at Counter Bay, decided to come home. And I thought the Raiders welcome hands, particularly when he does that, as he's put through their fourth goal, the 17-minute mark. So just a little bit of a handy break here, Rob Sherwood.
Yeah, they've just got to, the Banker boys, they've just got to settle it down now, get back in, man up, just play accountable footy. They're never out of the contest the way they play, so they'd have confidence in their ability, so they've just got to man up. And I noticed they've now got Michael O'Sullivan into the middle with Tagliaferri and Ware, so Craig Evans is in there, McDonald obviously for Bridgie, and I think that's
Smith.
Evans in the back, 32.
So again, Rowlands and Vanderberg. Vanderberg got it down, taken by Elijah Ware, threads his way through traffic and puts a deliberate, nice little pinpoint pass at the Jeffrey Munn. Turn gets it back to Elijah Ware, goes deep inside the 50, looking for the lead here.
Lovely.
Desengo, he fumbled it at the last minute. Good work, Nathan Fitzgerald gives it for the Raiders, relieves the pressure, he goes out towards the Gumtree wing. Heavy clash there. Schneider coming in hard on Connor Healy, back to Ware. Back to the run through here of O'Sullivan, I think it was. Chips forward towards Will Muirden in the pocket. So good play in the Laddams pocket as it's taken by Will Muirden. So we've kicked a few goals from there. Chris Laddams, what's he need to do here?
Yeah, no, it's actually not a deep pocket there, so that you see a lot of goal face there. So he should be able to kick that in front of the pack right sign with Bronte off there.
So Will Muirden has kicked 27 goals so far this season, and he's still on 27. I'd suggest as the go umpire, mate, right, in fact, out of bounds on the full, so he stays on 27 goals. Probably would have liked to have registered something there, I'd suggest, Ladsy, but not the call. So 4-2 plays 1-1, 19 minutes gone. Little chip out here taken by Smith, deep in the back pocket, right in front of the Sean Tate bar. Here at Nairne Oval, decides to go one way, comes back the other, puts it right in front of our commentary spot here in the Yench wing.
Great.
Jeffrey Munn got his strong hands to the ball, but Looks like Marty's had the opportunity to grow the hair over the last few weeks.
Yeah, and
Robbie Sherwood.
his wife is now expecting, so it's about time he settled down in life. So
that'd make his hair fall out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so, no, that's great.
He's got a bit of the George Clooney's going there, a bit of the greyness there.
So a bit of wrestling there between Vandenberg and Schwartz. And Tagliaferri and Beaverlander tackle hard right on the interchange gate area. And little Jackie gets up and hands the ball back to the boundary umpire, so he'll recommence play. So it'll be Tommy Schwartz and Vandenberg to do battle. Bit of body work. Vandenberg got his hand to the ball, comes down trying to bustle his way through in typical fashion is Will Muirden. He goes to ground under a myriad of players. And the umpire will come in once again and ball it up. So
it's good by Ironbank here. Pistols, they've sort of slowed the play down a bit. They've got sort of Craig Ottaway behind the ball here at the moment, so they're just slowing the score down, get some uncertainty back into the game. So it's fantastic by the coaching there.
So by the boundary line, right in front of the Raiders coaching box. In fact, Coach Ryan Nelson at ground level, he almost got a stat there. As the throw-in comes, Vandenberg wins the ball down. Smith toe pokes it forward. And as far as Tagliaferri, who's locked up in a tackle by Smith. So once again, the umpire will recommence proceedings. 20 and a half minutes gone, 4-2. Raiders 1-1 Ironbank. Desperate play once again at ground level, taken by Simon Holm, drives it back inside 50. Chance here for Ironbank, comes to Chris Morgan, another little toe poke. Comes down to Reece Jordan.
Good forward pressure.
He's collared by a couple of Raiders there and he's going nowhere. So within 30-35 metres of the town end goal here, deep in Ironbank's attacking zone. Ball comes off hand to Adam Sherwood. He's beset by a couple of defenders, going nowhere. So once again, we'll have a ball up result. So a real chance here, Rob Sherwood, for the Thunderers to get something on the board, their second goal.
Yeah, if they can jag one here, bring it back to a couple. So.
Oh, here's a guy.
Oh, here is the man. You called him.
Oh, well done, Rob.
Where Robbie Sherwood, you've probably seen him do a bit of that this season. Just take us through that.
No, he's had a really good last month, and that was an experience. He read it out of the ruck tap. So well done, Elijah Ware. Great
Opportunist
goal.
at its best there.
Team lifting goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Elijah Ware, obviously a premiership player at the Central District Football Club. I think he works with Chris and James Gowan, so I don't reckon he'll be missing work too many times. Those blokes, but,
Misses training, I'll give you the no.
I think he does, yeah. The last 5 minutes he's actually stepped up. I reckon he's had 4 or 5 possessions, and you need your class players when under pump to stand up. So well done, Elijah Ware.
And of course, the Chunga Premiership player in 2014 in Div 1 back in the centre, Schwartz versus Vandenberg. Ball comes down, Schwartz comes back to him at ground level. Also with Smith, toe pokes the ball wide out into his brother. And Hayden, who gives the ball, drives it towards Willie Searle territory. Oh, good defensive work there by Beard. Jack Beard got his fist just at the right moment and deflected the ball out over the boundary line. So
has been a good period here, Chris, hasn't it, for the Thunderers?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said earlier, they just had to slow the play a bit, get some numbers around the ball, and obviously take the momentum off of Bridgewater, which is what they've done. They've scored a goal. Now they can go back and play their game plan.
Fatulis with the ruck work won the ball down, but it's locked up there under a pack, and once again the umpire will come in and ball it up. Getting up there was Will Vandenberg with the ball.
Just checking out the breeze with the
once
flags.
Go Nick Vandenberg and Fatulis. Ball comes down. Once again a rugby style pack. Don't forget the Bledisloe Cup on tonight in the rugby union. Bit of their work there as the pack form. So once again the umpire will come in
and we're coming up 23 minutes.
23 minutes
in the first.
So double to score, 4-2 plays 2-1 in favour of the Raiders, going towards the Bridgewater-Callington end. Ball comes out here. Leading the race for the ball was Simon Holm, under a bit of pressure there from Bridgewater opponent in Maxie Wakefield, and the ball out over the boundary line. So Ironbank will be pretty desperate not to leak any more goals here. As I said, 4-2 to Bridgewater, 2-1 at the moment to the Thunderers. Vandenberg unopposed, got the ball down, taken by Houlihan, high snap to the top of the square. Searle and Beard, once again, good defensive work by Beard. Looks like a little bit of push and shove. The enforcer in Schneider in there, Robbie Sherwood.
Yep, as long as he keeps his trap shut, that'll be great. So, who's got the ball at the moment?
Of course, former teammates last year.
Yes, they were, so...
No love lost there, perhaps. Houlihan off hands. Was that too high? No,
brilliant
here to Jack Beaverlander.
Watch the bounce.
Bouncing ball and...
that was brilliant by Houlihan.
As Goldie called...
making the most of his opportunity once again there, Adam Houlihan, and Beaverlander with the finish, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, Houlihan, everything he touches turns to gold. He's a very class player. Like I said earlier, he's done all the hard stuff, gave it out to Beaverlander in a classy finish by the veteran.
Good work by Jackie Beaverlander. As we said, missed majority of the second half of the season with a bicep surgery injury, but came back last week, run under his belt. Similar to what he did last year, Goldie, when he had a broken hand. Came back and, of course, skippered them to a premiership glory for the first time in some 35 years. Can they get back to back? That'll be told in a couple of weeks' time.
Certainly proud.
As Chris Adams looks sideways at me. As the ball comes down, taken by Johnny McDonald. Goes long on the left foot towards Seal territory. Getting back there was Wakefield. Comes up hand. Here's Houlihan again with a snap. It's deflected off hands, and this time touched off the boot, thankfully. But as it's called, Goldie, and Robbie, very dangerous Houlihan when he gets the football.
Yeah, I think it's time that someone has to squash him right now. He's got off the chain a bit now, so I think Ironbank coaching staff got to...
So the ball out there taken by Craig Otway. Drives the ball further afield. A good mark taken by Michael O'Sullivan. Wastes no time getting towards the centre of the ground. He's got two out here.
on here.
Mark taken by Big Knocker. No, play on. He didn't hold it. Goes to the ground. Instead holding the ball. Made no attempt to get it out. Umpire says no, it was held to him. So perhaps a bit of a miss there for Knocker Vandenberg on that occasion. Chrissy Adams.
Yeah, absolutely. Knocker, if he was clean then, we had Will, as Goldie said, you had Will Murden there in space. So be clean in these sort of games. So
feeding the ball around here. Ironbank from Witt. Down here to Reece Jordan. Rexy, he's going to run into trouble here. He's good enough to get onto his left foot and get a clearing kick away towards the half forward. Oh, bad bounce there over Wakefield. Relief pressure there is Snyder for Ironbank. Takes that wide. Houlihan again intercepting over Simon Holm. He's got support from Joel Van Perriton. Gets it back to Simon Holm. Holm with a short little chip. Intercepted here by that man Fernhead, and lifts the eyes. He's got a loose man in the pocket. It's Connor Healy. Will it sit for him? Yes, it does. Gathers it. He want to try and get on that left foot. He does now. Straightens it up. Top of the square. Good defence here from Ironbank once again. Ball worked out of the danger area for the time being. Coming to meet it, Elijah Ware in there. Comes back to Jordan. Taken out there, fed out there by Beaverlander. I think it was. Comes to Jordan once again. Fed out again by Beaverlander. Fernhead. Can he grab it? He was taken there. I think he was grabbed without the ball on that occasion. So a bit of scrappy period of football there, Chris.
Yeah, it is, and that's what finals brings. A bit more pressure comes on to the player, and obviously that's what we're seeing right now. So the cleaner you're going to be, the better you're going to be.
So Fernhead went to hand it off to Jordan, but the umpire said no, you've got to come back and kick over the mark. So Will of the Wisp wingman goes forward to the pocket, but he only picks out Joel Nugget Van Perriton for Ironbank. So deep in the back pocket area.
Been a great pick up this year, Pistols. Joel, obviously he's a brother of Reece. He's come back home. So fantastic player.
He must be waxing the ball as he puts it straight back to Fernhead. In return, gets it to Craig Evans, who's alone in the centre square. That's dangerous. Breaks onto that left foot. Puts it down towards Seal territory. Houlihan got first bite of it. He grabbed it at the second opportunity. So a good, strong mark. It's that Goldie called there. So Adam Houlihan, who's already kicked a goal. He kicked the opening goal of the game at the 2-minute mark. Has the opportunity here to raise the 6-1 for the Raiders. Yep. They sit at 5-3, the 2-1. 27 minutes gone. A long quarter here.
Thunder is under the pump here. If he gets this, it'll be a 4 or 5 goal margin. So
no real breeze out there, I must say. No. So Houlihan towards the Callington-Brakunga end. Has he done enough? Will it come back? No, it doesn't. Goes through for a minor score, but still the Raiders holding a handy 5-4 to 2-1 advantage here. 21 points. Robbie Sherwood, 28 minutes score.
Very similar to when they played at Ironbank. Bridgie got away, and then and then Ironbank was only second, third quarter where they actually tightened up.
So Ottaway with the kicking duties brings it back in. Big lead by Rex Jordan. Couldn't hold it. The big T-Rex as it came to the ground. Elijah Ware comes down there to Jansen. Feeds the ball out there to Wakefield. Gets it back to there. Nathan Fitzgerald. He's shot towards Searle, but it's over the line. And in the meantime, the siren sounds in the background. So quarter time, it's a 5-4 to 2-1 advantage in favour of Bridgewater. Chris Adams will be leaving us shortly. Just impressions of that first quarter there, Chris, and where does Ironbank need to get back into the game?
I just think around the football, Bridgewater have won around the stoppages and the clearances, and obviously their good players have played well early, and I think they've got a clamp on Houlihan. I think he's got away from Ironbank a bit there, but Ironbank, obviously you're going to get those nerves, being their first final for a long time. So hopefully that's just blow a bit of cobwebs out, and they can have the goal scoring in and kick a few goals and get back in the game. But overall, great first quarter by Bridgewater. They hit the scoreboard pretty well. Just Ironbank just going to work a bit harder.
Well, both teams are anticipated to put on a pretty good qualifying final. Obviously, you're here having a look because you'll be playing one of them next week. So, as you said, a pretty good opening quarter there, but Bridgewater just in charge at the moment. So, Chris, thanks once again for joining us on the Hills Footy on the 88.9 FM, and all the best.
Good
Get
start.
those 3 goals out the way, mate, and maybe down the track get a
Houlihan
premiership to
goes
go with
right,
it as well.
Yeah, Pistols. Thank you, Rob. And obviously Goldie. Coming
Roy.
in here and you've been fantastic all year, blokes. How you commentate the football and get it live around the country, Hills country here at 88.9. So really appreciate what you do for the footy.
Good on you. Thanks very much there to Chris Laddams. As said, hopefully Centurion goal kicker as he sits on 97. All right, you're on Hills Radio 88.9 FM, the call of the Wild, quarter time. Right. Final Div 2, 5-4 Bridgewater in charge against Ironbank 2-1. We'll be back with the second quarter shortly on 88.9 FM.
Okay, here we go, boys. Here we go. Here we go. Get out here, mate. You might learn something. Come here, boys. Okay, here we go. Just on that roll up, okay? Spoke to the forwards, but I mean, if you look at the positives, we have a couple of things I want to get better at. I just want to get better at first hand stopping, okay? So first of all, we're getting our hand on the block. I just want to get cleaner, we can get a bit of ball. Probably then I just booze and get stoppage. Good energy up in our forward lines, really good energy. Okay, so our forwards now can lead with some confidence bringing it forward. We've got some gaps trying to get some footy, okay? What I want to get better at though is that our forwards look up and we see 3 yellows in front of you and we see Sam outnumbered or we see Connor outnumbered. Naturally, we're going to have to roll up, at least give us a presence, okay? If we keep rolling up, eventually their loose one will be further than kick away and we'll be fine, okay? And what that means is that up this end of the ground, or in our back half, obviously we don't have it now, but in our back half, if we get the footy and just kick it, we know we've at least got a 50-50. We've at least got a 50-50, okay?
Be smart here, boys, uphill in the wind. Come on.
Back here on Hills Radio 88.9 FM, the call of the Wild this afternoon, the qualifying final coming in from Nairne Oval. And it's Bridgewater in charge by 21 points, 5-4 to 2-1 at quarter time as the teams just break up from their various huddles and head back to the second term. We're joined here by Rob Shield, of course Goldie's here, and of course Pistol's talking to you here. And goal kickers that first term for Bridgewater: Adam Houlihan, Will Fernhead, Steve Smith, Sammy Fatulis, Jack Beaverland, and Ironbank, Adam Sherwood and Elijah Ware. So Goldie, you were out there listening to the huddle. So
Bridgewater-Callington Raiders huddle there. Pistols very impressed with the forward line pressure. I mentioned Houlihan, but obviously now going against the Breeze. We'll see how they go, the Raiders, in this second quarter. Working about 75% disposal efficiency. So Raiders, good start, 5-4 to 2-1. Let's see if they can continue it on against the Breeze in the second quarter.
So Nick Vandenberg for Ironbank versus Nathan Rollins. As Goldie said, started the second term. Ball comes down there. Rollins, it came back to him. Tries to get a handball as he's wrapped up by the man Mountain in Knocker Vandenberg. And the umpire will come in and once again recommence play just on the edge of the centre square circle where they went about 10 seconds ago. Ball comes down. Rollins goes again, once again.
Big man.
Repeat as he slumped to the ground.
He loves it.
By the big man. Looks like Hillbilly Jim from the old WWF
He absolutely
days.
loves that. I've seen plenty of footage of
tussle like they did in round 9. So yeah, it's great.
So ball comes down. Vandenberg does his own work at ground at level. Good tackle applied there
By Cross,
by James Cross.
and I think that was on Wakefield, was it?
Yeah, Maxie Wakefield with those line
He's
boots.
in the middle.
Could be a male medal prospect. Rollins wins front position. Ball comes down to Muirden. Once again, taking
good early
Nicky
pressure
Shea.
here by the Thunderers.
Jensen locked up by Joel Van Paradon. Two hard nuts there. So once again, the umpire. So what have we got? Almost a minute, and all we've had is ball ups and tackling. So ball comes in. This time Wakefield gets probably the first kick of the quarter as he kicks it towards centre forward for Tulis from behind. Got the ball down, taken by Muirden. It'll bounce out of his reach.
Simon Holm wrapped
And Simon Holm is wrapped up by Jack Beaverland. So once again, a ball up. So
The ball's gone about 10 metres
yeah,
towards the bridge
absolutely
end.
slow work. Yards seem like inches at the moment. This ball comes in there. Van Paradon leading the race forward was Wakefield. Oh, good battle here. Wakefield tapped it cleverly, then gathered it, chipped it forward, but it's a bit wide there for Connor Healy to control out over the boundary line. So first real major.
Yeah, slightly
inside
moved
50.
inside attacking 50 here for the Raiders, going towards the scoreboard end in the second term. They lead 5-4 to 2-1. We'll see how the Thunderers go with the slight breeze in the second term. Here's a chance. Van Paradon from the stoppage kicks it along the wing, past the Bridgewater-Callington coaching box, or on their deck chairs there. Normal Rams coaching position. Outside attacking 50 here for the Thunderers.
Ball punched out. And we've got Elijah Ware, Adam Shield around the ball. Tommy
Ah!
Watton's gone up. Ball comes out to Will Muir.
Oh, clever.
quick kick forward.
Very
and
clever by Will Mewden. I thought it was a mark. Here's a
Shoot
chance.
it
though.
over.
With creative handball, got on the mun.
Started with Mewden.
Interrogated
Brilliant.
Desengo.
Brilliant.
Daniel Desengo brings up his first for the afternoon, the third for Ironbank, and just some good team football there, Robbie Shooter.
Yeah, about 6 handballs, and yeah, in the end, Desengo got onto it on the goal line, and yeah, good team lifting goal. So we'll go back into the middle and see if they can keep that pressure up on the Bridgie mid.
Probably all star with some sensational ruck work there by Thomas Watton at the top of Big
yeah, young
Rollins.
Tommy Watton.
He'll be watching footy flicks to pick that one out and say, Coach, I want to play as a ruckman all the week.
Yeah,
So back in the centre, I don't think he'll be going up for this one as it'll be Vandenberg going against Rollins. But Ironbank, as we've said, a very important opening goal there for the second term. 3-1.
Who we got here in the middle, Rob?
5-4.
For the Thunderers.
Yeah, we've got Will Mewden, Knocker, or Vandenberg. We've got Tagliaferri on the ball. And we've got Elijah Ware in there as well.
So Vandenberg and Rollins set to do battle once again. Umpire sets up Vandenberg. The big leap got his hand to it. Mewden gave a little tap on, but
Johnny
ball stolen by Johnny McDonald. Sweeping handball out here towards
Dangerous
Houlihan, the
Houlihan.
danger man. Oh, that's a razor pass. As he
Brilliant.
puts in towards Connor Healy. He'll turn on his left foot, looking forward.
One-on-one.
To Wakefield, good streak fight. He's fumbled the ball to Maxie Wakefield. Good enough to go back and get it. Gets assistance from Smith.
Great
Smith
recovery.
breaks through a bit of the old don't argue at home. Keeps it low.
Oh, what a
I tell you
start.
what, low and start. That's a great reply there, Benny Goldfinch.
What a just start to the second quarter, Rob. But
Yeah,
Maxie Wakefield one-on-one couldn't quite get it, but the clever tap on and the finish there for the Raiders through Stevie Smith.
Yep, just persistence, absolute persistence, and they just broke through the two tackles tried to be applied there. So, no, great play by Bridgewater.
And once again, Houlihan involved with some silky delivery.
Yeah, talented youngster, that's for sure. So back in the centre, the good opening burst by Ironbank's been countered by the Raiders. They move to 6-4, Ironbank a 3-1. So 21-point margin, ball back centre pitch area. Tagliaferri wins a hard ball and it's ridden into the ground, so the umpire will come up and come in and ball it up once again. Johnny McDonald applying that tackle there. So Rollins, Vandenberg jostled for position, third man up there was Mewden, got the ball clear out of the young Cross, I think it is. He's under pressure there from another youngster in Fern. Heavy body clash there. Beaverlander put his body, got it back to McDonald. The captain arches the back, looking for space. Handballs to Connor Healy, gave him a bit of a contract.
Oh,
Yes.
bit of feeling.
Heavy
All good.
contact there by
after it went out.
Cross. But gave him a bit of a task there, that's for sure, Connor Healy. In the meantime, Vandenberg and Rollins. Houlihan then goes for the tap down. Tagliaferri there got a little hand on the ball. In the meantime, the umpire's picked out a free kick. It will go to Tagliaferri.
So hanging on.
Proven goal kicker. Kicked 34 so far this year.
So he's now going down towards Daniel Desengo and a long kick on the lead.
Fitzgerald.
Nathan Fitzgerald read the ball well, just
dropped
intercepted
across
mark
and-
there.
Played interleague for the senior Colts against Malley. Very talented youngster.
Had the misfortune to miss out last year's grand final, Goldie, but
Has responded.
Certainly putting a case to be picked this year. As Reece Jordan chips the ball across to Johnny McDonald, working hard in the back half for the Raiders captain, just standing still, nothing on off his own turn, just chips the ball short
To Reece Jordan.
to Jordan, who
Jordan's
turns,
come
goes to
out.
Big Rollins, puts up the
Rollins.
big Dukes and takes the mark. The big man, just on the
They're
edge
just
wing
working the ball
area.
around the back line.
Rollins with the mark, as Pistols called it, kicked it towards centre wing, just in front of us here. Up went Smith, cleverly done, kicked on the left boot towards Maxie Wakefield, went past him. Thunderers trying to collect here. Is Will Vandenberg. Maxie Wakefield once again going in, and but a good tackle by Schneider. Still inside
Out to
attacking
home.
50 here for
They
the
left the
Raiders.
ball behind.
Oh, handball there, out towards Maxie Wakefield. Has a shot and he's missed. The handball there came from Jackie Beaverlander.
The old don't argue from Jackie there,
Yeah.
Robbie.
Yeah, tough as nails. Yeah, good old fashioned, just finals footy. So yeah,
Good start to the second quarter.
Ironbank just have to tighten up again.
So 6.5 minutes gone. Bridgewater 6-5-41. Ironbank 3-1-19. Second quarter. Ball out here. Mark taken by
O'Sullivan.
Michael O'Sullivan in the Gumtree side flank. Tips it further
pass.
forward. And
Oh,
Elijah
tripped himself.
good presented there. It looks like he's in a bit of
His ankle.
Maybe that's an Achilles because it looked like he'd just been
Ooh.
shot. Like, you know, that sort of, they talk about it.
And that's Benny Wadley.
Yeah.
Benny Wadley. Elijah Ware with the
Tell you what,
ball
if he's a horse at the moment, Goldie, your prognosis is,
well,
would you take the gun out? But I tell you
either
what,
he tripped over himself or
Yeah.
something went snap.
let's hope it's nothing serious, but he's handed the ball back to Elijah Ware. So right on the Gumtree footy flicks wing.
I'm calling it Achilles
call is an Achilles by Dr. Goldfish. Meantime, Ware's called to play on, runs around the man on the mark. That means he's probably got a toothache as he puts it further afield. And the mark taken there, Bridgewater by Craig Evans. Pinpoint, he was looking there for Ferner, but chipping was Tagliaferri. Was he off?
I don't know.
It was
Cross, sorry. Got it back here to Hamish Irwin with a high kick towards the goal front. Off hands there, spot by Rollins. There's a chance for Ironbank getting back here is Wit. And all sorts of
he's a guy, good work.
Comes out here, Ironbank,
Clever.
feed the ball out.
Sherwood's goal there.
Well done.
Tell us about it, Rob. That was brilliant work there.
Quick Rollins dropped what appeared to be a sitter. Maybe I'm a bit harsh, but
No, he should have taken it.
he should have taken it, and he dropped it, and then I think Michael O'Sullivan bounced on it. Quick handball out to Hamish Irwin. Another quick handball to Sherwood in the pocket, and a good answering goal.
So a bit of sloppy work back there by the Raiders, I must say.
Yeah, so Rollins back in the middle now. I think Vandenberg has got on top in the ruck in the tap, just tap-wise, this quarter. So Ironbank just have to control the ball going out the back to Evans and Johnny McDonald.
So 8 minutes gone. It's 2-1 in favour of the Thunderers for this quarter. Once again, they fed the ball out. Tagliaferri get the ball out of Watton. Overran it. Coming there is Chris Morgan looking for support. Gets it back to Tagliaferri. Little quick high punt kick.
Good period here from the Thunderers.
Joel Van Paradon out on the half-forward flank, looking to go. He's kicking into the pocket.
And just picking up. He'll pick him up every day of the week there. And Craig Evans has plenty of experience there, as I said, arriving late after coaching duties with Nord. Today's SNFL game against Sturt. So the former state player drives the ball back towards the wing, holds up there. Pack sets itself off hands, comes down there to that man Houlihan, who'd be close to BOG at the moment.
Off he goes.
Gathers the ball. Tagliaferri rocks him up in a
I don't know about that. He ducked that.
He ducked,
ducked the chutney, but well, sometimes they pay him on that occasion. Fortune favours the brave. Gets the ball out here to Smith.
Hayden.
Of the Hayden variety. He wastes
Willie
no time. Gets towards
1-on-1.
Willie Sewell.
He's done a backflip.
Willie should have been rewarded for that.
On the way, fed the ball back there to Vandenberg. He goes to ground.
Yep.
Will Vandenberg goes back in for it. He's held up a lead. So, interesting action there by Willie Sewell there.
Who was the young lad? Toby Greenish.
Yeah, Toby Green. Yeah.
Will Mewden back on the ground. Elijah Ware off. Just having a bit of a chat to Coach Scotty Wendelborn.
Yep,
Modelling the latest season's moon boot there, Wendels.
I can't believe his wife wouldn't drop him here. She parked across the oval and made him walk. No,
well, yeah. She said, you only got a broken leg.
It's all good.
That's why they didn't call for the wheelchair as the ball comes down.
Okay, Willie Searle in there. Quick handball out to Mewden. Through centre half back now.
Straight on the ground. Already
a
into
long
it.
kick.
Oh, big Roland. That's a
We
great
made up
mark
for
by
it
the big
there.
man. He dropped the overhead one, which he should swallow, but that one down at chest level. He took a good strong mark, the big ruckman, right in the centre of the ground. Drives it back inside
Congested
50,
forward
pack
line.
sets himself. Or player down behind play.
Schneider.
The
Was there
umpire
another
catch
back
that,
flick?
But Smith dealt with off play. Meanwhile, Snyder won a free kick, gets across to Simon Holm. Half-back flank area for the Thunderers as they work towards the Bridgewater-Callington. Then chips across here to Elijah Ware.
He's freshly back on the ground.
Silky skills, as we heard, works with the Gowans boys. So
Elijah Ware with
That'd be
the
interesting
ball,
day at work, wouldn't
half-back
it?
flank, kicks it along the
Looking for
wing
Jeff
area.
Munn. Yep.
And Jeffrey Munn. Tell us about this one, Rob.
Yeah, it's a nice long kick down there looking for Will Mewden. And we've got the Sengo behind the pack, but punched away by, I couldn't see
Coming
him.
back to Munn here.
Coming back to Munn. We've got
Johnny
Johnny
McDonald.
back in there as usual at the bottom of the pack. Jeff Cross for Ironbank, Elijah Ware around the ball as well. So Ironbank have tightened up a bit here, Jeff.
So a ball up on the Yents wing side, netball court side wing area right in front of the coach's box. Slipping was Beaverletter when Vandenberg got the tap down. Diving on it was Smith at the Steve variety. And also in there for Ironbank under the pack was Tagliaferri. So once again we'll have another ball up.
11-minute mark, Jeff. 6-5-41 to 4-1-25. Raiders in front.
Mewden tap out towards cross area. Ball comes to ground once again. Beaverland bustling at ground level. Nicky J's in there as well. Nicky Jansen holding the ball up. So umpire will come in and ball it up.
Was it Wadley who came from the ground?
Yeah, Wadley
Yeah, he's
did,
just pointing to his left Achilles, so maybe I'm onto it.
He actually waddled off on the occasion. As the ball's held up once again by Nicky Jansen by the man Mountain in Vandenberg. So once again the ball up will take place. Rollins Vandenberg. Bit of staging there. Ball comes free. Once again Nicky J down at ground level. Ball spills free. Elijah Ware ducks the chutney. There's a bit of push and shove off the ball between Cross and Evans.
Oh, she's on.
Vandenberg's in there, and
Craig Evans, bit of push and shove. Big Vandenberg.
we could have the precursor for tomorrow's big bout in Floyd and Connor. But meanwhile, the free kick goes to Johnny McDonald, the Raiders skipper.
Big Rollins.
Chips in the big Rollins.
Just.
Well called goal.
Oh, he's off.
He nearly got run down by Adam Sherwood as he got his boot. The ball puts it towards the half. Coming in a bit with Schneider at ground level. Ball ricochets out the pack. Held up there was Beaverlander. And
Quick on the whistle there, the umpire.
yeah, just as Reece Van Parenton was clear.
Ben
it has.
and Jeff, the last couple of minutes, it's
It's good period, 3 goals to difference. The Raiders lead, but the Thunderers are coming. Ball around the half forward flank here for the Raiders, kicking towards the scoreboard end.
I think that just raised the physical intent too, Robbie Shear with Ironbank. They showed that they're not to be overwhelmed by their first finals appearance in a while.
Yeah, no, they're going okay. So nice big punch by Will Muirden, but Craig Evans
On his right.
On his right.
That's a rarity. Ball comes back to him as he comes
On
through.
his left this
I'll try
time.
the left this time as he breaks through and heads towards the goals.
Oh, right
I'll tell
and
you
left.
What, why use your right when you've got a left foot like that? And a great finish there by Craig Evans, and one the Raiders needed, that's for sure.
Yeah, class. That was just class. So I think he broke through 2 packs there.
Yeah,
You need to get it.
went the right foot, smothered, collected on his left and nailed the goal.
Yeah.
Of course, Goldie, a man who's renowned for kicking goals when they're needed at vital stages.
Last
as we
year's
saw
winner in the grand final.
last year's grand final. So here's placed Bridgewater on to 8-5-53, leading Ironbank 4-1-25. It's Bridgewater Raiders reserves coach
7-5,
Keith
7-5.
Manos Isgar wanders past us. He'll be pretty happy with a win in the reserves earlier qualifying final over the probably more fancy Nairne Brimmer. So back in the centre in the main game. Comes down to Maxie Wakefield. He's held up in a tackle. And there'll be a ball up right in the centre of the ground once again. 13, nearly 14 minutes gone. 7-5 plays 4-1. Hills Radio 88.9 FM. Trust you're enjoying it. Whether you're streaming it, and also the highlights here on Hills Footy Flicks as a free kick goes to Smith. Hayden goes towards the Gumtree Footy Flicks wing area, leading the race for the ball. It's Joel Van Parenton. Oh, good cut off there by Smith. Got it back here to Maxie Wakefield. I'll tell you what, chalk this down, boys. He barely misses. Oh, saved right in the line by Will Vandenberg, Robbie.
Good mark. Yeah, good mark by Will Vandenberg. So that was opportunist play there by Bridgie as they come out to the. That's young Jimmy Hethersay taking the ball in the.
Kicked the winner in the reserves game against Birdwood, if I remember correctly.
Another turnover by
Houlihan.
Ironbank. Comes to Will Muirden, but kicks straight back to
Will Fernhead.
Fernhead on the wing in front of us. O'Sullivan grabs,
great
great
tackle.
The ball.
Good signs here by the Thunderers, besides the Craig Evans goal. They're certainly right in this contest. Kick along the wing area, 2-on-1. Over the top here is Benny O'Donnell, got the hand off to Jansen, left footer for the Raiders. Kicks it out towards Houlihan, but it's gone out of bounds on the full, largely due to the pressure.
That was just a great tackle by O'Sullivan there, just persistent, wasn't it?
Yep,
That's what you need in the finals. Is Reece Van Parenton with the free kick right adjacent to the coaching box. It's sideline coach Scott Winterbourne. Looks a bit like Long John Silver there with the crutches. The one crutch
still off the ground.
As he drives the ball down. Oh, good fist down defensively towards the boundary line.
Muirden
keeps the ball in play. He's set upon by a couple of Raiders. In the end, he's tried to do too much. And the free kick goes to Bridgewater on the half-back flank area. Just down from the
pressure's gone up a cog, hasn't it, Rob?
wing.
Yeah, they just got. Yeah, they're Bridgie bringing it out the far side of the ground now, trying to open it up, kicking it out wide to Craig Evans, who gets the ball, goes back on.
Got onto that left
foot, and a nice driving kick down to centre wing.
Smith.
Smith
two to
is
beat.
there, but no.
Oh, well done. Second effort. Dived on
Good
top
work.
of
He's
it.
got it out here to a teammate who chips it further afield in the direction of
Got
Willie
it to
Searle.
that was
Tries a
Hayden.
bit of shimmy work, gets
Hayden
it back
Smith.
here.
Back to Hayden Smith, who has a shot on goal, and
Great
once
desperation,
again,
last line.
Will Vandenberg took that timely mark not long ago and then got a hand to that one to just
okay, Vandenberg's
score.
come off, and our man that did his, it looks like Benny Wadley's back on.
No, he's fine. So there you go. My usual predictions are good.
Meanwhile,
He's
Reece
straight
Van
into it.
Parenton, kick out. That'll toss him out as he collected big time. Fernhead, keep an eye on that one. Goldies, he's down on the deck. Will Fernhead, ball comes back into McDonald. He tries to shrug off opponent. Surely that's holding the ball. No, it comes back to Nicky Jets. Once again, another strong tackle from O'Sullivan. Comes back here to Healy. He's under pressure. Gives it to Reece Jordan, who really did not want that ball as he's set upon by two Thunderers. So a ball up will occur.
Right,
but,
right arm for
yeah, it could be a
Fernhead, doesn't look
collarbone
good.
perhaps, but a big solid knock there by Wadley, I think it was. He's
Falls with Ottaway.
Ottaway, yeah, returning to the side, spent some
Yeah,
time down
he's-
at Happy Valley.
Yeah, he's
Recent times.
been good since he came back. So
I'm not calling this one, but it doesn't. He looks in a bit of pain, Will Fernhead.
Might have a sore leg, Golden. That's Maxie Wakefield put his head over, got out towards Smith. He's worn like a cheap suit by
gets
Van
at the
Parra,
front
got the ball
heel,
here.
Pressure
Simon
by
Holm,
Holm.
ground level, dives over the top of the ball. Locked here is
Collarbone.
Oh, another collarbone here.
Who's this one?
Back
It says
to back.
Smith.
Raiders injuries here. Hayden Smith coming from the ground.
Yeah,
with
can't
a
afford to
collarbone.
lose him. I tell you, he's holding that arm, so doesn't look good as Joel Van Parra puts out towards the Gumtree. Roy Rogers side wing. Ball bouncing, leading the race for the ball is Muirden and Tagliaferri, but it
Well,
beats him over the
inside
line.
30 seconds, two
Just looking
injuries
here,
for
the
the
trainer,
Raiders.
the trainer just holding up the jumper to support that shoulder. So
top left shoulder.
could be a collarbone. He's
He's
coming
going straight to the change
straight
rooms.
past the bus here. I suggest he's on the way to the rooms. So boundary throw in Gumtree side. Oh, well read by Elijah Ware.
Out
Feeds
to
out to
Tommy
Watton. Clever play by Ironbank. They go
Down
inside 50.
to
Suck up the
Ben-
Duke there.
Ben Wadley.
Wadley, ball comes to
Tagliaferri
ground. Wadley in there
tackle.
again. Chips the ball at their teammate. Oh, quick hands
Stewart
in
over
into
the top.
Tagliaferri. A renowned finisher. Handballs over the top. And Desengo, there's just a run in goals.
Great.
Gets a bit as he's kicked it. You want to go on with this with Lancaster? I suggest no, he's going to let it go. But in the meantime, Desengo's got the
Wow.
goal.
Two injuries here inside a minute for the Raiders. Fernhead and Steve Smith, two of their best players. One with a collarbone and one with an arm injury. So very interesting period in the qualifying final. The Thunder has come back with 5-1 to 7-6. But at the moment, the Raiders down to one interchange player.
Yep, and that's Rollins, who's just having a spell.
Yeah,
because
the
he's not
ruckman,
most
so
of the game.
not much versatility there because he can only play one position. I suggest.
Ottaway's in the ruck too for Ironbank. Vandenberg's having a bit of a quick spell as well while Rollins is off.
So back to 17 points, 18 and a half minutes gone, 7-6 Raiders, 5-1 Thunderers. Ball back in the centre, locked up there in a tackle
By Jolie Van Parra.
was Tommy Schwartz. So once again they'll go. So Otway doing a bit of ruck work. Elijah Ware got the ball there. Comes
Johnny
to McDonald. The Raiders skipper over the cricket pitch, puts it out towards the Yench wing area, direction of Sammy Fatulis, the Golden Greek. Takes the mark in advance of Jeffrey Munn. Decides to go chip a lock to Connor Healy. And Healy, the former Sturt and North Adelaide player.
Yeah. Connor Healy, kick inside, attacking 50, finds Willie Searle with a good chest mark. Tight in the pocket area, plays on immediately, goes for goal or lobs it to the goal square, 1-on-1, Wakefield. Oh, I would have paid that almost.
Yeah, almost. Very
Almost.
stiff to get that. Almost had it.
And on the edge of the goal square, it'll be a ball up inside attacking 50, obviously, for the
Ironbank.
Raiders.
Thunderers are probably happy they didn't pay that one, Rob.
Yeah, Ironbank have put Munn back into defence now. Started the game up forward.
So ruck side for Fatulis, got the tap out. Muirden leading the race for the ball, taken here by Houlihan. The danger man curves it around the body, and as far as Ware takes the ball, goes towards the Gumtree side, out towards O'Sullivan. Michael Sullivan been very handy for the Thunderers so far today. Elects to go short. The kick is smugged by the man on the mark, which was Big Schwartz. Puts it back in, but the mark taken by Craig Otway. Handballs out wide here to Reece Van Paradin. Oh, he's put a task here for Tagliaferri under pressure. So perhaps an opportunity missed there for the Thunderers. So Schneider and Evans a little bit of push and shove.
And Craig Evans having a bit of a chat to each other. So
Just a reminder, Stevie Smith and also Will Fernhead off the ground, one with an arm injury, one with a collarbone injury. So Thunder is right in this contest. Kick inside, attacking 50 is taken by Connor Healy. Good lace out pass there by Johnny McDonald. And so Connor Healy outside attacking 50. The Raiders kicking towards the scoreboard end at the 21-minute mark. It's the Raiders leading 7-6 to 5-1. Connor Healy's kicked 11 goals this season. He's a thumping kick on that left boot. Can kick him on the run, and this time with a set shot from 40 metres. Lobs it to the line. A couple of players back there, and a good last line. Jeff Munn, your man, Rob, as you said, back in defence.
Munn in the back pocket, now looking to kick it to the outer wing. Half-back flank area, looking for Ottaway. Punch there by
Fatulis.
Jordan, was it?
Fatulis came to Smith. Smith was a handball out here to Willie Searle. He's capable of anything, but on this occasion it's through for a minor score.
So 7 goals, 7 now. Bridgewater Ironbank 5-goal-1, and we're at the 21.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
So the first quarter went about 27, 28 minutes, so still plenty of time for a couple more goals. Preferably Ironbank would like to get it and just reduce that 17-point margin, as Rob Shearwood said. 48 plays 31.
Here we go.
They feed the ball out here, taken by Simon Holm. Chips it down the centre of the ground, taken by Joel Van Paradon. Waste no time. He's got Tagliaferri out here.
Big ball.
Fitzgerald with him.
There we go.
Sengo.
Got it towards centre wing here to Thunderers. So a real opportunity. Late in the second quarter, 7-6 to 5-1. Raiders down to one interchange player with Fernhead and Steve Smith. So boundary throwing just in front of the Raiders interchange bench.
And Tommy Schwartz took the tap there. He's in ruck now. Handball out wide.
Evans. Craig Evans.
Not Craig Evans yet.
And Joel Van Paradon, yeah.
And the ball runs over the boundary line and out of bounds.
So, Jens wing, just up from the tennis court area. A ruck throw in, it'll be Otway against Schwartz. Otway front position, Schwartz, actually no one won it. Man behind Watt, and he flecked it forward. Taken there by Morgan, they put a saddle on him. Dispossessed of the ball, Nicky Jansen in there. Over the top also.
Stacks on the mill.
Stacks on the mill was Craig Evans. Sammy Witt, sorry. So once again a ball up will result. Ironbank some 45 metres out from goal. Bridgewater-Callington end of the ground up they go. Otway up early. Got the tap down taken here by Jansen. Frees the ball out into Maxie Wakefield.
On his
Chips
right.
it further forward looking for Connor Healy, but the kick was wide. But didn't carry out in the full, but a ruck throw in will take
Fernhead
place.
strapped up. He's got the right elbow strapped up. So he might see some action in the second half.
Okay, ball thrown in, and once again it's Otway and Schwartz. Tommy Watton gets the punch. That's the second punch he's had today. And Chris Morgan gets the ball to Adam Stewie.
Last chance here for the Thunderers.
Over to Will
Newton, top of the square.
A goal. No, it's a point. I wish
Optimistic.
it was a goal, but it's only a point.
Just a fly there.
Okay, the score now, 5-2 to Ironbank, 7-6 to Bridgie, and Ironbank just holding on here,
Yep.
So
leading into half-time.
Craig Evans designated kicker and goes towards the outer side wing. Up there, taking the mark is Benny O'Donnell, recently returned from Jollivanting all around the world, bit like yourself, Rob. And probably got
Michael O'Sullivan got
That's
a free kick
here.
a free kick in the meantime. Yeah, Michael O'Sullivan. So he'll bring the ball back deep inside the 50-metre arc.
Big kick here, Rob.
Ironbank.
Late in the second term.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking down here. Yeah, they've got Desengo on the lead.
Ware's out the back here, deep in the pocket.
So they'll need a big pack mark here. Who's good enough to take it? The ball sets itself top of the square.
Oh, just go for the
It's gonna
shot, why
carry.
don't you?
Don't worry about the pack mark. I'll just put it through. Says O'Sullivan.
That is a team lifter. That would have gone 55 metres. It would have had to have, he was outside the 50-metre line, and he easily cleared Schwartz on the line there, trying to touch it from Bridge.
Good goal, wasn't it, Roy?
They should have been. They should have been forming the. They should have been forming the pack on the number 2 ground at the back there because he just cleared that.
No lead to lob that one.
Yeah.
So Michael O'Sullivan,
25-minute mark.
great long goal for the Raiders.
Last
So
two
for the
goals.
Thunderers.
Last 2 goals for the Thunderers.
And the game's tightened right up.
So 25 minutes, 7-6 plays 6-2. Back in the centre. Great game of footy here, qualifying final. Trust you're enjoying on the Hills Radio, and also Hills Footy Flick. Ball comes down, taken by Maxie Wakefield. Fernhead
back on the ground.
As Goldie said, back on the ground with that strapped shoulder. Puts the ball wide and high. Good mark there, taken by Fatulis.
The
Has he
golden
paid it?
break.
Yes. Good strong mark, Sammy Fatulis. He's going to give it up. McDonald decides
No,
to
he's
go
not.
wide.
He's going Sammy Witt's out there
Witt.
looking for Willie
No,
Sell.
chopped off
Getting
Will.
back was Mewden, who works.
Mewden.
He's
works-
doing it both ends.
Works, that's right, I was going to say, works hard at
And
both
in the
ends.
middle.
So the skipper.
Mewden with the ball in defensive 50. Another chance here for the Thunderers. Kick in the middle of the ground. Strong mark by Munn. They move it quickly. Kick inside attacking 50. Who's down there? Shearwood's around the action. Coming through.
Desengo.
Desengo.
Play on to
not
the umpire.
Goodness
No
gracious.
umpire.
Terrible.
Ball comes up here. Houlihan tries to break away, gets across to Healy. As the wheel gets it back to Fernhead.
Testing out that shoulder.
Yeah, just went with the one hand there instead
No,
of the
that
two.
wasn't
But
a mark to Desengo.
yeah, well, I'd like to see
Great
that one again on
goal,
Hills
great.
Footy Flicks. I tell you what, bit stiff there, Daniel Desengo.
Anyway, on with the game we go. So,
So throw in, ball comes out, Beaverlander, Mewden again. Finds a bit of space, gets his ball underground, drop punt. Sorry, torpedo I meant, towards the boundary line, and Craig Evans carries
collecting
across.
it out of bounds.
Gee, Desengo. That's,
yeah, that was a...
could have won the car.
That was a shock and
He had enough.
Maybe he
purchase
was
on it.
unsighted.
Maybe he was. As the ball comes down.
The benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, Tagliaferri, top.
Free kick here.
Free kick. It looks like illegal disposal by Maxi
Maybe he's
Wakefield.
seen
It's
the
going to go to
replay.
young
I think he's seen the
James
replay.
Cross here, Robbie.
Maybe that's a payback.
So Cross in the long
And
sleeves.
he's going Sengo's way.
This one over
Over the back, here's your man.
Give it to him for in the back. Adam Sherwood runs on it. Can he control
Oh.
it? So all sorts of pressure as the siren goes for half time. Complete an entertaining
Great second
qualifying
quarter.
final here, first half. And we have Bridgewater 7-6, Ironbank 6-2. So
Stevie
10-point
Smith
margin.
probably not playing any further part in the game with that collarbone. Will Fernhead, good to see him back on. But Rob, good quarter there by the Thunderers,
Yeah,
kicking 4 goals to 2.
The boys came back. They fell almost 5 goal behind, and yeah, they just tightened it up. And yeah, like they have all year, they just play for each other, and it's good. It's good to see. Really entertaining game. They never count themselves out. And I mean, in the context of the game, from my perspective, you know, and sitting here with you guys, if they can stop the ball getting out the back, because that's where Bridgie are dominating it, around the centre of the ground, yeah, they're halfway there. So they cut it down a little bit, but still you've got J-Mac and Evans getting too many easy kicks out the back of the pack. So tighten that up, and we're really set for an entertaining second half.
It's a very good quarter of football, as you said, by the Thunderers. They kicked 4 goal to 2. They actually trailed by 21 points at quarter time. They've reduced it back to 10 points. So still plenty of positives for Coach Winterbourne to suggest to the boys, Rob. It's once again joined by Rob Sherwood. And, well, 10-point ball game at the moment. Raiders 7-6, leading Ironbank 6-2, Rob. So
Yeah,
all an
looking
expectation
forward
here.
Looking forward to hopefully a nice tight second half. So we've got Vandenberg there, and big Nathan Rollins for Bridgie. Holds the ball up.
So we're underway. Second half here, qualifying final, Thomas Foods International Park, Nairne coming to an 88.9 FM, and also on Hills Footy Flicks. Ball comes down. First kick of the second half will go to Joel Van Paradon. Drives the Thunderers third. Beating to meet the ball is Sam Witt, former Thunderer Junior. Gives it to Healy, who in turn gave back to Witt. Got a quick kick to the wing area. Van Paradon leading the race for the ball, but he bundles it out over the boundary line just up from the Raiders coaching box. And well, don't have their injuries concerns here. I think Smith going up, Hayden Smith, sorry, early.
Yeah, so down, but
Meanwhile, Elijah Ware takes the ball off the ruck contest, drives towards the forward arc. Grabbed there by Sherwood, feeds it out to Chris Morgan on his left foot. I tell you, if he pulls it back, it'll be Macros. Gets to the top of the goal square. Desengo pumping the legs. Bummer Lancaster under pressure there, pushes him over the boundary line. So just fourth set attack by Ironbank, but good work done by Morgan, of course Adam Sherwood being involved. So
yep, down by the behind post in the scoreboard pocket. So the umpire about to throw it in. We've got Rollins down there with in the forward line. We've got
looks
O'Sullivan,
like Sullivan doing the ruck
Sherwood
work.
in the pocket.
Ball comes down here, looks like taken there by your man Adam Sherwood.
And kicks it straight
I'll tell you what,
out.
you want to get him to do a bit more practice in the backyard there, Rob, as he's pulled that one wide. But the first score of the second half goes to the Thunderers. They move on to 6-3, trailing Bridgewater 7-6, so back to a 9-point ball game
I
here.
reckon that went out of bounds on the
Did
full.
it out in the full?
Give him
Sorry,
a
he must have
bit
ran
of
out of...
credit. Yep.
Okay.
Gone out of bounds on the full, so
He still should have kicked the goal though, Rob. As they take the ball along in the Ladham's pocket, the mark taken there by Craig Evans. Evans feeds the handball off to the run of Skipper McDonald, a fellow left footer. Drives it long towards the... Schneider, but in the meantime, he's on a free kick. He sends the ball back whence it came. Pack sets himself. O'Sullivan arrived late. Over the top, getting his hand to the ball was Sherwood. Gets a quick kick towards the Ladham's pocket. Bouncing off him.
his head.
Yeah, off his head there. Was Van Paradon, I think it was. Joel. Ball dangerously close here. It's looking for support. Oh, good. Gordon has put down Sullivan, I think it is.
Yeah.
Or Sullivan, he looked a bit worse for wear. Out by the Gumtree wing, they kept the ball in play. No, they didn't with Simon Holmes. So Raiders just repelling that to advance.
tough passage of play that. So
And yeah, Reece Jordan certainly putting the body in there. So Rollins and Vandenberg. Vandenberg in front, tried to hack it down, taken there by Houlihan. Cleverly feeds it out here to the run of Healy. As in the Liam variety, puts it up here towards Maxi Wakefield. He spent it before he got it. Comes back here to Schneider looking for support, goes backwards. Gives it back here to Jeffrey Munn. Sweeps a handball out here to Reece Van Paradon. Manages back on his right. Chips it there. I gave a contract there for Holm because over the top coming take the mark was Johnny McDonald. The Raiders skipper breaks onto that regular left foot. Looking for Searle. Got his hands to it. Getting back there is Cross. Poke forward. But 3 for a minor score. So officially the first score goes to Bridgewater. They moved to 7-7 to 6-2, 11-point ball game here. 3.5 minutes gone second half. Qualifying final.
Yeah, and Reece Van Paradon kicked the ball into the outer side halfback flank looking for, that man, Will Mewden, takes a good grab in the pack.
Quite an accomplished gridiron player too, of course, Willie Mewden. I think he's represented the state as he drives the Thunderers towards the Gumtree wing, towards Joel Van Paradon territory, shadowed by Benny O'Donnell, but in the meantime the ball's out over the boundary line.
Centre wing, and we've got Dowling, Rollins and Vandenberg over there. Ball comes into play, and Vandenberg grabs a quick tap out the back of the pack, comes to Tommy Watton here, quick kick forward, and Michael O'Sullivan appeared to be pushed in the back, but Watton following the ball up out to Morgan, half forward flank, and Sammy Witt pushes. And it's 4 minutes in third quarter. We've got Bridgewater 7-7, Ironbank 6-2.
Half time at Balhanna, we have Mount Barker 10-4 leading on Valley 6-5 in the Division 1 final minor round of the season over there.
Watton took the ball off the pack and a short pass to Michael O'Sullivan, who's going to have a shot for goal, probably 45 metres out on the left half forward flank.
So O'Sullivan, who kicked the last goal of the first half for Ironbank, comes in right footer towards the town Nairne end. It's fading away. Tops the top of the square. Bridgewater in front of the pack. Bring the ball to ground. Oh, some strong body work there by Lancaster, I suggest. Left Tagler Ferry looking a little bit worse for wear. Yeah. Meanwhile, the ball has been forced out of bounds.
It came off young Fitzgerald's head and went out of bounds. So
Ruckman Gavin.
Throw in once again down by the right hand behind post.
Chris Laddam's pocket over the top. Sullivan won the ball down. Meanwhile, Bridgewater player down behind play. Keep your eye on that one, Robbie.
Oh yeah, looks like he's done it, mate.
As the ball comes out here, trying to shrug him off with Cross. He's got 2 or 3 Raiders in the end. He's pink for holding the ball. It looks like Lancaster. There's all sorts of strife behind the play there. Just keep your eye on that, the veteran defender. Meanwhile, Houlihan drives out towards the Roy Rogers Gumtree pocket, and a good mark taken right in front of the Footy Flicks camera.
Lancaster looks like he's done his left ankle there.
Okay, as the ball comes back to Witt, feeds it back to McDonald, breaks back on that left foot. He gets a teammate out here in Evans, sweeping handball, gathers it now. He's got space there, Craig Evans. Crazy was Irwin, but got the ball forward. Evans, big leap there by Joel Van Paradon. Schneider working back there. Well done, Will Vandenberg. Sells a bit of candy as he sits the ball, bit of a mung kick. And in the meantime, looks like a free kick downfield, goes to Elijah Weir, wing area. So Ironbank certainly answering the challenge at the moment. Puts the ball, tempted to find O'Sullivan, but chipping in with Sammy Patoulis, the Golden Greek. As coming off, Lancaster?
Lancaster, yep.
So the Raiders' injury worries are just compounding here as the ball comes back down. Big pack mark there off hands. Comes back to Schneider. Gets it back to Elijah Ware. Fingertip control there as he goes to ground. Coming in with Mewden. In the meantime, free kick. Benny O'Donnell feeds it off the run of the skipper McDonald. Drives the right side 50 looking for Searle. Searle gets behind his opponent now. Leads in the race for the ball to the pocket. But ball over the boundary line. So, yeah, good transition from both sides here, Rob.
Yeah, it's tough. It's really tough. So, Bridgie, another injury to Lancaster. So it's compounded. They could be down to one rotation.
Throw in. Fatoulis make front position. Ball fed out for the Thunderers. Comes to Will Vandenberg. Drives it wide, but getting an intercepting. Take a good mark. It was Toby Greenstyle. Was Adam Houlihan. There's been an excitement machine so far in this game, which is led by his side, Bridgewater, 7-7 to 6-2. 8 minutes gone. Third term, puts the ball towards the top of the square. Munn was there, got his hands to it, trying to bustle his way through his Wakefield. Thunder's defence answers the challenge, but the kick out goes straight to Fern. Head in turn, puts it back here towards the leader, Fatoulis. It's got the ball in the left forward pocket, kicking towards the Bridgewater-Callington end of the ground. Probably a difficult shot here. Chris Laddams was here earlier in the day. No doubt he'd be pretty confident about, but for Sammy Fatoulis, this will be interesting to see how he converts. So right up against the fence, he commences his run up. Deliberate shot, sets the ball high. I tell you what, no, his teammate liked it, but not enough, so minus score once again.
Okay, we've got Bridgewater 7 goal 8, out to a 2-goal break now, Ironbank 6 goal 2.
So 8 minutes gone. As it'll be Reece Van Paradon, I suggest we'll bring the ball back in. Just wipes a bit of mud off the ball. Actually, over not bad condition here, Rob, considering the weather we've had.
Pretty good considering the weather we've had. So yeah, it's pretty firm underfoot.
So Van Paradon goes short out here to his brother, just keep it in the family, as you do. So Nugget Van Paradon in turn chips it back to Reece, who takes the mark. So waxing the ball here at the moment, the Van Paradon boys. Gaffy, hope you're enjoying the cop. As the ball goes wide towards the wing, getting it there. Willis off hands, comes to Will Fernhead with that shoulder injury, a bit of a mung kick. Man Houlihan, there's danger here. Vandenberg gets theirs. Wilwai overcooks it. Under pressure here from Wakefield. Also coming in here, Bridgewater through Smith. As in Hayden Smith, I think, the only one left out there. And all sorts of trouble if that ball came out there, that's for sure. It'd be some 35 metres out from the Callington end goals. Bridgewater kicking there in this third quarter. Ruck contest. Ball comes down, taken by Evans. Quick hands. Ball spills free, taken by that man Muirden, who's knocked up, getting kicked so far today. It's a high kick towards the Yench wing area. Camped under it will be Healy, as in Liam, sorry, off hands and over the boundary line.
Bounds on the full, but they've called it. It's going to
They're
be
conferring with the boundary umpire here, so he says it was nearly a grab. We might have to go to the review, Rob, on the new scoreboard, but unfortunately they don't cater for that at this stage. And the scoreboard reading 10 minutes gone. Bridgewater 6-2 Ironbank. Qualifying final. The winner to play Nairne. The loser to play the winner of tomorrow's elimination final at Birdwood between Kersbrook and Gumaraka, which will be a real ring-a-ding-ding, I reckon. As the ball close to line, Smith gets it back to Beaverland. Pushed as he got the ball only as far as Tagliaferri.
Should have taken, and
here's a good feed out. Here's the Raiders. A chance for Houlihan. Will it sit for him? He's under pressure from Snyder. Goes to ground, picked up there by Otway. Gets it back to Tagliaferri. Shrugs off an opponent. Gets a handball to no one and Jack. Cleary kick there by Beard, I think, off the ground, but unfortunately had the right idea, but it's gone out of bounds on the full. So
on the right half forward flank, and Bridgie kicking with the aid of the breeze in this third quarter.
So Liam Healy with the free kick sends it back towards the pocket area. Pack sets herself. Big leap there was from Evans off hands. Ball fed out, but in the meantime the umpire has ruled for a ball up, I think it is.
Yep, ball up.
As the light pole's right in the middle of our vision here at the moment. On Hills Radio 88.9 FM. Trust you're enjoying the live call if you're streaming it, and also Footy Flicks.
Sullivan, kick forward, coming to the wing, Sherwood onto the ball now. Rollins is there for Bridgie. Sherwood gave it to Watton, gave it to a
cross.
handball.
Oh, cross runs into a brick wall there.
Quick hands, he got it off. Watton poleaxed and it goes out to Sherwood on the wing. Sherwood gets past for Toolis, a quick little kick to Elijah Ware at half forward flank. Ironbank running down, streaming down the ground. Elijah Ware, who'll go for goal.
Let's go short for Desengo. I tell you, how's that for a pass? That is an absolute ripper, Robbie Sherwood.
That is absolute class by Elijah Ware.
Elijah Ware just showing his skill, and they just, well, patient Ironbank. They get the ball, they just chip it forward. Adam Sherwood was involved, and he got it to Ware, and as we said, he just bided his time, and Desengo went, and he just delivered it well. So perfect. Worm burner pass. So, Daniel Desengo has kicked 2 goals so far this match. 16 for the season, Rob, as he has a shot towards the Nairne town end. Delivered approach. Seemed to get close to the man on the marker. Maybe pulled his kick. It doesn't actually make the distance off hands. It's through for a minor score. So, I'm back 6-3, trailing at Bridgewater 7-8.
And Lancaster, I see down there on the boundary line, just running. They've obviously taped him up. Warming up again.
So Johnny McDonald with the kicking duties. The captain goes long towards the Gumtree pocket. Ball over the back, taken by Tagliaferri. Hooks the ball close to the boundary line. Looking out here, he's got a loose man in Joel Van Paradon. He takes a mark just up from the Latham scoreboard pocket. And Ironbank been just lifting an ante here, the Benny Goldfridge, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
I've just been out and about, Pistols, just having a bit of
What
a
have got
walk
to
around the
report?
oval. You know, this is a good period, Rob. Opening 13 minutes, especially the favouring end as Raiders scoring to all day has been that end. So this is a good quarter by Ironbank.
Yeah, just
So-
put it on the scoreboard. And
Joel Van
have
Patten to
now.
tell his teammates.
Very important
That
goal.
is a great
against
goal
the,
by the past Mount Lofty Premiership player and Joel Nugget Van Patten at the 13-minute mark, and they close within 5 points here. 7-8 Bridgewater 50. Ironbank 7-3 45. Rob Shearwood.
Yep, Ironbank got a big knock of Van Patten back in the ruck as Rollins comes in, and Ironbank got taken with Berry in the middle with Evans. We've got Wakefield in there now for Bridgie, so ball's going up. Vandenberg and Rollins go at it again. Vandenberg gets the tap this time, ball back in, and the two dinosaurs are
Good
at it
description.
again.
I'm sure he'll be listening when he hears that description, Robbie. But
I reckon they do more hugging than they do at home.
they do. Ball fills through. Craig Evans gets it to Houlihan, who somehow got it to his boot with a bit of magic up towards Sell territory. Gets a favourable bounce here, Willie Sell. Can he convert? Will it sit for him? He gathers the ball, tries a little candy, forced to get rid of it. Gets the ball back here to the direction of Smith, I think it is. And he snapped it around the corner.
Yep.
Hayden Smith with a, we played 13 minutes without a goal, and then they both kicked a goal within a minute of each other.
So we're back to that 11-point margin. So Bridgie are 8-8 and Ironbank 7-3. So once again, just opportunistic. The ball went out the back, still grabbed it, and just was able to get it back to Smith, who snapped with his right foot. Good snap. The ball back in the middle again. We've got Vandenberg and Rollins going at it again. And Vandenberg gets a tap.
Maxie Wakefield.
Yeah, Maxie Wakefield.
Centering clearing straight down the throat of Willie. No, good spoil. And it's gone out towards the boundary line. So immediate centre clearance there for the Raiders.
Actually, I tell you what, Rob Shearwood, Willie Searle, who's a leading goal kicker, came in with 67 goals, third on the list, the goal competition list. And I think Beard's done a pretty good job on him, yet to concede a goal on him.
And Will Vandenberg is helping out as well, so yeah, no, they've done well. Don't want to say too much.
Here's a chance.
Yeah, that's right.
Houlihan, quick
Craig
handballs
Evans.
out on his right, I believe it was. And the mark to that man, Willie Searle, kicks the goal.
Well done, right on cue, Willie Searle.
So just push Jack Beard out of the way. Too strong body-wise on that occasion. And once again, Ironbank just can't quite bridge that gap. So we're back out to a 17-point
Should I say, Jack Beard had done a very good job up until that stage of the game.
Yeah, so that's Willie's first goal of the game.
So a pretty vital goal there. Good reply. 9-8, 62 to 7-3, 45.
And a bit of good news for you. Pistols, Collingwood are up
Oh,
over the Demons, heading in over 20 minutes.
well, good on you, Bucks. He's the man. It's back in the centre. Rollins gets the ball down. Leading the race for the... Oh, well done. Muir just shrugged off Craig Evans. Gets a creative kick out towards the wing area towards Joel Van Patten. Shadowed there by Benny O'Donnell, wearing him like a cheap suit. Goes to ground, and the old Thanks Pistols O'Donnell takes him to the ground, and there'll be a ball up right in front of the Gumtree on the Roy Rogers Memorial wing.
Yep, 17 minutes gone, 9-8, 7-3. Roy loved that one. And umpire says, I'll have it.
Well, at this stage, Goldie, shouldn't be the Memorial wing. That's probably...
No, not at all. Rollins wins it down, ground level. Coming through is Muirden. Good tackle by his opponent, number 3 in Houlihan. So moved a couple of metres into the centre square here. Ironbank going towards the scoreboard end in this all-important third term. Doing well. Here we go. Muirden from the stoppage. Kick inside, attacking 50. Who's going to win out here? Snap round the corner by Adam Shearwood. Oh, it's rushed through for a minor score. Rob would have liked that one if it went through. 7-4 to 9-8.
Yes, they're the goals you've got to kind of kick. Have a bit of luck on. But yeah, margin back to 14 points.
So Healy...
16 points.
Healy brings the ball back in as in Will Healy out towards the Gumtree Rogers wing. Ball sits along
Schneider.
there. Schneider takes it, but he's
Ridden.
bit of the old
ground.
Kersbrook Rodeo stuff there for Connor Healy. He just bulldogged him into the ground. So once again, good body work by Van, and good ball comes down. Good, it's about by Irwin. Working hard there is Heather Say, number 16.
Right half forward line here for Ironbank.
Yeah, they pushed it forward about 20 metres there.
Let's see how they go here to Thunderers. Goal scorers for them this quarter is Joel Van Patten for Bridgewater-Callington. Last 2 goals, Hayden Smith and Willie Sell. It's on the edge of the 50 for the Thunderers.
Oh, Will Vanderberg, good work there with the feeding handball, but in the meantime, his teammate, looks like Irwin, is set upon as just in front of us, Rob. Michael Lancaster obviously strapped up with an ankle, the bomber.
Heading back down.
Veteran defender ready to come back on for the Raiders.
So it's on the edge of the 50 for the Thunderers. Quick handball over the top here, snap round the corner. High ball, is that the Sengo?
Sengo.
Oh, great
Goes
mark.
Tearley,
You pay
yeah.
that one.
That was a nice ground. That was hard.
You
Yeah,
pay
just
that
do-
one every day of the week
ball
because
was
he's
just
taken it.
floating.
They're both young
Yeah.
guys, but he just had a bit too much experience for Will Healy then.
Yep, just reached out at the last minute.
The high ball coming in.
So the Sengo has kicked 2 already this game, Goldie, and he's actually kicked 16 for the season.
So on his left boot. Oh, shanky,
He
shanky.
still kicked 16 for the season.
That's
It's all right.
backman's kick.
Yeah.
So the ball actually went out of bounds on the full. And yeah, Bridgie just about to kick it back in.
A little bit overcast here from Nairne.
Reece Jordan,
Reece Jordan got the
Rexy
ball.
in the back pocket. Sean Tate far side.
Thumping kick, that one.
High kick, just kicking Hope.
Breeze is still
There's
working.
the bounce, Elijah Will getting there. Oh, Beaverland to shadow him. And,
Did that
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Did that
That
well,
was,
Webb.
that was just experience. Sat under the ball and just waited. When he grabbed it, ducked his head.
Will Healy off, Lancaster back
Lovely
on.
kick. Finds Van Paradon.
It's not as if Ironbank Ben haven't had their chances.
No, that's right. And that Breeze is still certainly doing something with that Reece Jordan kick. That travelled a good 65 metres.
So Joe Van Paradon has kicked their only goal with a term at the 13-minute mark.
Against the Breeze from outside 50.
That's a finger
Oh,
breaking.
Mung, that one's
rule.
Gone forward.
Bouncing ball taken out here by
Craig Evans now.
Schwartz,
Got
going
it
to
from
Evans.
Schwartz.
Back out to the wing.
Yep. It's out the full. So
Kicked the
Ironbank-
touch.
Yep.
No, just over the line.
Ironbank will reload here.
Young Tommy Watton will take the kit. No to Elijah Webb.
So last 4 or 5 minutes, Ironbank have had the ball with their forward area. Just can't convert
Yeah,
that.
just can't convert yet.
Elijah Ware with the ball right in front of Ryan Nelson and the Bridgewater-Callington coaching team. Give him a bit of advice. Deep kick, right to the edge of the 50. Desengo, that's a mark in front of Schwartz.
Ah, yes.
Oh, you got to pay that
umpire.
man in front. He's been ripped off twice now.
Absolutely. Tell you what, Daniel Desengo,
That's a shocker.
the umpire's friend, I think not. Meanwhile, better push and shove Schwartz and Vanderberg. Ball goes to ground. Schwartz under the pack there, under the big frame of Vanderberg. And I tell you what, Daniel Desengo, what are you going to do to get a mark?
Came across the front there, took the mark in front of Schwartz and not paid any time.
Michael O'Sullivan taking eyes. He tries to break
Ah,
his way.
McDonald,
straight.
ricochets off big knocker.
Backside.
Comes
his
back to Schwartz.
Someone's down here.
Tries to feed. Here's a chance. Sherwood feeds the ball out to Muirden on the left foot. High kick coming to meet.
Clever.
Oh, Van
dropped.
Paradon fumbles it. Had the opportunity. Close to boundary line is Nicky Jansen locked up. And I tell you what, well, Joel Van Paradon just couldn't complete that mark.
Yeah, just a floating ball once again, just being held up
Just
in that breeze.
one or two near misses, hasn't
Just
it,
need
Rob?
that little bit of
Just
luck,
that
the
little bit of
Thunderers.
luck.
Goes
This
to
could be it
Van
here.
Paradon now, out to Watton.
Scrapes in for
Once
Out of
again,
bounds.
out of bounds on the
once
full.
again, just a little bit of either way could have gone.
So 22 minutes gone. Bridgewater Raiders 9-8. Ironbank 7.
That was a point.
Was it?
was a point.
Yeah, it
7-5. 47.
15-point ball
So
game.
15 points, yeah. It's Johnny McDonald, full back, kicked it to himself, got some yardage in, 6 it long towards the Rogers wing.
Fatulis.
Fatulis, who's presented pretty well since quarter time, Goldie.
You don't want, if you're Ironbank perspective, getting Bridgewater-Callington now getting a goal, and that's good
Great
cutout.
mark
Yeah.
by Jack Beard in front of
Fear to Beard.
Will
Well done. So they've got another chance here, Ironbank.
Muirden short in the middle of the ground, which they've gone to as Houlihan comes to him.
Vandenberg's calling for it deep, lumbering away. And Muirden weighing up his options in the middle of the ground. He'll kick it to the edge of the 50, half forward line. Van Paradon over the back.
O'Sullivan
1, 2,
in
3,
front.
almost the mark. Coming through,
Fitzgerald.
yeah. Yep, Fitzgerald. Handball from Johnny McDonald. Tried to get it out to a teammate.
Crosses in there for Ironbank.
Still in there. Good work. Head over the peel.
Good work.
Form.
Terrier-like.
Yep, that was
Young
Terry.
Crossy.
This is a
Young
good quarter here for Ironbank.
Just can't get their major reward on the scoreboard, unfortunately. Ruck throw in. Schwartz flicks it back, taken there by Evans.
McDonald.
Tries to go McDonald. He tries to spin out of trouble as well, but locked in there in the Gumtree Rogers wing. As the umpire comes in once again.
Just in front of that big gum tree, and Roy filming the game today.
So great game of footy, a qualifying final. Winner advances to the second semi. Ball comes back
Good
here.
spoil.
Taken off hands by Houlihan, says a bit of clean. It looks like Schneider down behind play there. Robbie Sherwood, keep an eye on that as they move the ball forward and taken by Willie Searle.
I think he just got a knock to the family, Jules.
So the old don't count them, rub them.
Yeah, I think he's just
Chris Schneider. So Willie Searle kicked his first goal of the game at the 15-minute mark of this quarter.
Tight on the boundary, kicking from the half-forward flank on the high side.
Callington ended the ground, sets it towards the top of the square.
Missed. Offline,
through for a minor score. Makes it 16-point ball game. 9-9 to 7-5. 23 and a half minutes gone here on Hills Radio 88.9 FM and Footy Flicks.
And we've got,
you go, Rob.
Yeah, we've got Reece Van Paradon just about to kick the ball in. He's gone short.
Dangerous.
And dangerous. Chris Schneider.
Just
comes off. Handball's back to Van Paradon. Handball back to
Thunder is living on the edge here. Oh,
Will Vanderberg good enough to get out of
eventually.
It, he just kicks it straight to Craig Evans, is it?
Yep. Coach Wendelboard here has just hobbled away in disgust.
Yeah, threw his crutches
I
away.
think,
Tony Lockett style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to handball, but sometimes you've got to kick the football.
Getting themselves under pressure there. So Craig Evans, usually a good kick, kicked the winner in the grand final last year. And he likes it, so that's a big goal for the Raiders as we head towards the 24-minute mark. They go to 10 goals, 9 now. Ironbank 7-5. Last 3 goals now for the Raiders.
Yes. Making it hard for themselves, Ironbank.
Second goal of the game for Craig Evans. And he's 11th for the season as Goldie says. He always bobs up with goals at the most influential at times. Of course, kicking the one to put him in front in the grand final. And kicking that one to extend their lead. 10-9, 69 to 7-5. 25 minutes gone. Qualifying final, third term. Back in the centre. Otway up against Schwartz. Wins the tap down. Van Paradon's in there. Stacks on the middle right in the centre circle. Big Schwartz following up at ground level. Has the ball tracked under him, so umpire will come in once again and recommence play. So up they go again. Third man up was Mulden. Got the clearing knock. Only as far as Nicky Jansen holds the ball up. Sorry, it was Fernhead.
Another
Ironbank Bridgewater
down
comes
in the
out
middle of the
here.
ground.
They hack the ball forward. Good attack on the ball by Simon Holm in the cricket pitch area. Well done, young fellow. Puts it out here towards Morgan, but chipping in is Evans for the Raiders. Puts that in the direction of Sammy Fatulis. Can he trap the ball? Yes, he does. Feeds it back to Johnny McDonald on the left. And just puts it forward.
He's dropped
Dropped there by Connor Healy. Good enough to get out and on his own left. Chips it forward.
Well done.
And to Willie Searle. So precision play. It's a mix with a couple of errors by the Raiders, Rob.
Yep, they were good enough. I mean, it all started at half-back again. Craig Evans just across there. He just reads the ball so well. So got it out wide and... yeah, they worked the ball down through for Fatulis and Connor Healy and a lovely pass right at the end to Willie Searle.
Well, we're just saying Jack Beard had done a pretty good job on him, and here he is lining up for his second goal.
He's had a few shots this quarter
At the
as well.
term.
So Willie Searle with the shot, usually a good kick, and it's a minor score. So 10-10
I think in
to
the first game of the
7-5.
year he actually beat them single-handed in the third quarter, Willie Searle.
I think he kicked 8 1/4.
Yeah, well.
So, not a lot Jack Beard.
Funny thing about it, Thunderers are still in this 26 minutes gone, 10-10-70, Ironbank 7-5-47, so 23-point margin, but in the modern game, 4 goals can be scored very quickly as Van Paradon, Reece brings it back, Pack sets himself, big Schwartz up high, put the big Dukes up and took a good mark, so he'll send the ball back from whence it came.
Last 5 minutes been crucial for the Raiders, kick inside attacking 50, Jansen not paid, siren's gone. So 10-10 to 7-5. And
Johnny McDonald asking why wasn't that paid, but umpire must have adjudicated the siren went before he completed the mark. So at 3/4 time, after they've led by 10 points, Bridgewater Raiders have extended the margin out to 23 points here at 3/4 time. 10-10 to 7-5. We'll be back with more from Nairne Oval shortly.
Opportunity, boys, come on.
is this close enough? Roy? Yep.
Alright, nice and close. Okay, fellas, come on. Alright, have a look at heads. They're sitting there going, are they going to do it to us again? Right? Are they going to do it to us again?
Do it, boys. They are. Do it, boys.
The belief, right, amongst this group is we can do it. Right? It's not about if, it's we can. Right? We've just got to make that happen. Come on. Let's make that happen.
well, to kick 9 goals. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Well, who would have thought that day?
Well, true. That took us all by surprise. So, I mean, they've had their chances. It's in that third quarter, but I don't know. Maybe the wind's a bit deceiving. So it certainly held up when they went forward, but yeah, they've just got to make the most of their opportunities and it's been turnovers. All game, Craig Evans, Jay McDonald, those
the big
guys
guns are
all
firing.
and across the back, out the back of the pack. Ironbank just have to tighten up there.
And their man's back from
Yeah.
being the fittest man in the call team because he's been running around all over the place today. Back from the huddle, so Benny Goldfinch.
Yeah, just the braid fades in that third term outlined by Scotty Wendelbourne, but he was very positive. He said, last time these two sides met, obviously the Thunderers stormed home, and he's well aware that they can do it again. He says Raiders will be thinking that they can do it to us again, and he said believe that we can do it because they've got the leg power, they've got the speed, they've got the scoring capability. So the Thunder is to storm home here in the final quarter. That's the aim from Coach Scotty Wendelbourne.
All right, last quarter underway here in the Calder Wild and Hills Footy Flicks 2017 Division 2 qualifying final. Quickly we go around the grounds. Blackwood 6-6 lead Mount Lofty 1-6. And over at Balhanna, Mount Barker 10-4 leading Onka Valley 6-5. And here, qualifying final, Bridgewater 10-10 leading Ironbank 7-5. That's once again the umpire coming in to affect the ball up. So the ball has actually moved zilt since the first contest of the quarter.
It's been a regular theme this year, hasn't it, Rob? Piling it on late, the Thunderers just coming home in that final quarter.
I mean, they have. One would like to think they're a bit fitter than everyone else. They certainly don't stop running, so we'll find out in the next 20 minutes.
I'll tell you what, also, boys, Hills Footy Flicks, of course, MVP award. So we've put our
that's right, up
footy
for grabs
caps on
still.
here. To think about who's probably been the most outstanding or most valuable player on the ground for their respective teams. There hasn't been any one particular standout. Young Houlihan's been pretty good early.
Yeah, Craig Evans.
Been
Just sitting across half back.
Still up for grabs, like the match.
Yeah. Meanwhile, ball locked in here.
Oh, he likes
Looks
to tackle.
Nicky Jansen, I'd
It's
suggest.
Vandenberg.
Locked up there. So once again, sorry, it was Will Fernhead.
Ironbank
So Vandenberg.
kicking towards the favoured end here all day.
There's a chance picked up by Houlihan, the man we just spoke about.
Oh,
Can he
arches the
finish
back.
it?
Great.
Run
Oh,
down.
that's a great
Managed to
tackle.
get his kick away towards Connor Healy. Here's Schneider, who took a bit
He's
of a
done
knock
well.
in that third quarter. Oh, well done as he ducked the chuck.
He got it out, he got it out. Play it
Handball's
on,
back
play
the
it
right
on.
way.
Oh, he's played
In
on
the
the
meantime,
ball.
well, I don't know about that one, boys. The Schneider actually ducked the tackle, got the handball away. In fact, his teammate had cleared the ball before the umpire actually blew the whistle
Yeah.
for the free kick. So very slow decision there. But anyway, he's closer than us. And out of all that, Connor Healy has the free kick.
Maybe 20, 25 metres out.
Searching
straight
for
in
his
front.
first goal of the day. And his 12th of the season.
It's gone outside 50 here for the shot. Left footer.
So they passed North Adelaide and also spent time in the ranks at Mount Lofty. Left footer.
And this will make it really difficult for Ironbank if he kicks this one.
It's on its way, Connor Healy. It just fades away at the
Ooh,
last
missed.
minute at the meadow at the Nairne town end goals, the playground end. 3 for a minor score for Bridgewater, but they extend their lead to an even 4 goals here, Rob.
Yeah,
So
10-11
10-11 to 7-5. 2 minutes gone, so the Raiders, the Thunderers really need to get a move on here.
Straight 4 goals.
Reece Van Paradon brings the ball out towards the Rogers Gumtree wing. Oh, big push
There's
there
that
by
breeze.
Sullivan, but,
There's that breeze. That went a
he
good
paid the mark.
65, 70 metres.
Tell you what, Thunder is not down yet.
Couple of big kicks here. Now they're inside attacking 50 almost. At centre half forward, Will Mewden collects it to Van Paradon. Kick inside attacking 50. Oh, almost a mark. And it's going to be cleared here by Lancaster towards the boundary line. Went about 5 metres. Collected by Craig Evans. Tightened the boundary. Kicks it towards half back and finds Big Rollins. 1 and 2 takes the mark.
The big fella just stuck out the Dukes and it doesn't always look
This time
secure,
it's
does he?
stuck.
Sets the ball, a high ball towards the Yetch wing area in front of the coach's box. Oh, good strong mark
The Golden
by the
Greek.
Golden Greek. Sammy Fatulis hands it off
Gives
to
it to
Willie
Fernhead.
Fernhead. He goes inside 50 looking for
Maxi.
Maxi Wakefield. And
Good use of the body there.
Well done, Vandenberg. Comes back here to Maxi
Oh,
Wakefield.
Max.
Here's trouble. One step, fires towards the goal. I tell you what, it's a class act, but on this occasion just misses the big sticks. But
That was well done by Connor Healy too, just getting the ball back to Wakefield, just tapped it back.
Initial good pressure though by Vandenberg. So still living here, Ironbank. Those 2 goals.
Handy point though. Handy
broken,
point.
but Reece Van Paradon.
Well, 2 kicks. They're inside attacking 50 with this breeze.
Tips to go short. And I tell you what, that's a pressure
Once
kick.
again,
Snyder under
dangerous.
pressure.
Oh.
I don't know about that. That might have been the evener up after
Just
holding the
with the
ball.
breeze, just go with a 50-metre kick.
Maybe
Anyway,
he slapped the hands, I don't know, Goldie. But anyway, Snyder towards the Rogers Gumtree wind finds that man again, Sullivan. He seems to be camped out there quite often these days. Sends it further forward, looking up here. Munn over the top of
2
his head.
Ironbank players collided there.
Ball comes back here. Sherwood working hard against Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald grabs the ball. He's got support there. Can't find a teammate.
Here's a go for Ironbank.
Elijah Aware feeds it out here.
Tagliaferri.
Goes to Badger, gets it back here to Sherwood.
Good kick.
This time, yes, he does. He grabs it and says, "What about that one, umpire? Play that one." He does.
His only problem
So
now,
That was
Sengo.
good movement there, Rob.
his only yeah, very good movement down the far side. And as Ladgy said, to score on this oval, you do have to take the ball down the far side.
So
of the ground.
Sengo, 2 goals already this afternoon. Has kicked 16 for the year. More or less steers it through, and I tell you what, that's a vital goal for the Thunderers to give them a chance here.
Consecutive misses to Raiders to start the final term, and Desengo goals for Ironbank.
So we go to 10 goal 12, Bridgewater. Ironbank moved to 8 goal 5, 53. So, and we're at the 5-minute mark. So still
Plenty of time.
20 minutes, plenty of time.
Where there's life, there's hope, and there's still plenty of hope here for the Thunderers.
Well,
Lake Bridgewater, the 2 sides meeting in the final for the first time since 1996.
9-goal final quarter last time these 2 sides by the Thunderers.
And they've got Elijah Ware back in the middle now with
Muirden's in there. Vandenberg, all the big guns, they realise. They've got to strike now, the Thunderers.
Well, they're striking.
Up they go. Roland's got his hands to it. Ball comes down.
Here we
taken
go.
by Van Paradon. Joel on his right boot. Hooks it towards half forward. Leading the race for the ball. Getting a cruel bounce there was
The Achilles man.
Ben Wadley.
Achilles man. Yeah, Wadley made an amazing recovery. Dr. Goldfinch must have seen him in the rooms.
Craig Evans.
As Evans runs along the wall, the side of the boundary line, gets towards half forward flank.
Oh, here we go.
area. Coming to meet
Snyder, hungry.
Snyder,
Wow, in he
bounces
goes.
off like
Clever
a-
handball.
Like a cock in the ocean, but he's paying for it now as he's on the deck. Taken by Evans, and experience just chips it back to Maxie Wakefield.
Collarbone?
Snyder this time, daily double again, perhaps Rob Sherwood.
Collarbone.
I think he's done. It looks like a collarbone.
Yep.
So the ball's at half back with.
I'm not calling it though.
Pretty solid knock as it comes back here, off hand from Otway, close to boundary line. As Schneider gets up. And
He's fine.
He's
Back to the free kick here and going to the agency of Craig Otway.
All right, good period here from the Thunderers. They've got it back to 19 points the margin. 7 minutes.
I must say the sun's starting to break through the cloud too, boys. So some of the best conditions of the day.
of the day.
It must have been a good day football-wise, that's for sure.
Otway, half-back flank. Connor Healy on the mark. Grandstand side of the ground. Up he goes. Oh, big pack forms. Hits the deck. Hempel out here to Reece Jordan. He's played in defence all day. Left footer goes towards the wing. Beaverland to front position.
Floating
Jansen.
ball comes out the back to Holm. A quick hit out of the pack. Bouncing.
Here's a
there.
chance over the back for the Thunderers.
Munn. Sherwood runs onto it. Fitzgerald's right there. Munn's there as well.
Fitzgerald
And the ball
paddles
just
it towards the boundary.
Over the side.
So just outside 50 here for the Thunderers. They're doing well.
7 minutes gone. 10-12. Bridgewater leading the Thunderers 8-5.
If they can jag a goal out of this.
19
somehow,
points. They need a goal here, Robbie Sherwood.
Plenty of
that's for sure.
time, plenty of time.
Throw in. Rollins gets it down,
Houlihan.
taken by Houlihan. Sells a bit of candy. Got it to Wakefield and turns, sweeps it out here to the
Oh,
race.
quick movement.
Gives it back to Wakefield.
Quick movement.
Misses the target there. Following up his Houlihan. Putting in his Will Vandenberg, just holding the run of play. And holds up
Centre
a
wing.
potential Raiders attack.
Centre wing in between both interchange benches on the broadcasting side of the ground. 8 minutes gone, 10-12 to 8-5. 19 points to the margin. Good period here for Ironbank. Goal kicker so far, Desengo in this final quarter. Centre wing, Muirden tries to get a kick away.
Had a kick there, the young fella, but now it's back into the pack, and Nick Vandenberg falls on it with.
We'll go again.
Here we go on there.
I'll tell you what, a few players from both sides starting to show the pinch of the game out there, Rob.
Yeah,
It's been a
fairly
hard-fought physical contest and plenty of running, that's for sure, but still plenty left in it. 8 minutes gone. 19-point margin. Vandenberg, he's worked hard all day. The big fella goes to the ground. Picked up by Beaverlander. Gives it to McDonald, gets his left foot free. Hacks it forward.
Ooh,
Connor
Schneider.
Hill spilt what he should have
Well
taken.
done by
Follows
Schneider.
up with a good, strong tackle there
On Muirden,
on Muirden.
left half forward.
That was a very good smother by Schneider, because Connor Healy had that.
So
Schneider coming off the ground. with that collarbone.
shoulder's remarkably dropped a bit. You can see he's in a bit of pain with it. Joel Van Patten knocked the ball, actually come off Milden's boot. Milden actually grabs the deflection. Comes out here to Houlihan. It was just about to burst clear, and unfortunately the umpire blew the whistle, so it's got to come back and restart play. Double change here for Ironbank.
We've got Cross coming off, and that's Hamish Irwin coming on. So
Tula sacked it forward, taken by Reece Van Patten. It's a hot ball, got it to tag the ferry towards Joel Van Patten.
Yeah, well
taps the ball
Joel.
along the boundary line, right in the interchange box, right in front of the broadcasting point here with Bob.
Yeah, and we've got Johnny McDonald there, Wakefield's there, the two ruckmen are there,
So
hugging each other.
Roland's got his hand to it, knocked through by Elijah Ware. Good play. He's got supported by, well done as he gave it to the run of Van Patten. Puts it forward, chipping and taking a good defensive mark. Healy, as in Will, transfers play to the outer side to run Benny, run Donald. But he's got a contract here as young Watton, who's just as quick. Gathers the ball. Can he do a bit of shimmy work?
Clever.
Takes it round the opponent to the run of a teammate here.
The Achilles.
It's going to run right into the goals. Wadley.
The Achilles, mate.
And Benny Wadley, a man with a broken Achilles, just runs like the same Bonk now as he puts through another goal.
And Ironbank just won't go away. They just won't go away. Now we're at the coming on 10 minutes, and we've got Bridgewater.
Yeah.
10 goals.
Dangerous kick across the face there, across the half forward line. Well done by Wadley with the finish.
And Ironbank
So
at
9-5,
9-5,
so,
13-point ball game.
So another great prognosis by Dr. Goldfinch.
Yeah,
It's a man
I've done it. I did
that
do it
surgery
regularly.
went very well during
Yeah.
half time.
Yeah.
The Achilles.
One
Just,
throw.
as Wadley just skeeted the opposition there. So back in the centre, 10-12, Bridgewater leading the Thunderers, 9-5, 10.5 minutes gone. Still plenty of time for Ironbank if they're good enough. Kicking towards the Bacunga-Callington end. Up they go, Big Vandenberg. Gets his hand to the ball, gets it down towards Tagler Ferry. Dispossessed by Houlihan again. Feeds the handball out to the runner. McDonald on the left gets a quick kick out towards the wing area. Connor Healy leading the race for the ball. Morgan shadowing well. Harrison close to the boundary line. And in the meantime, Healy does transgress the boundary line. Good work by Chris Morgan. And a ruck contest will take part right in front of the Ironbank coaching group.
So Ironbank's put Munda centre half forward, and Chris Morgan's gone back to half back on Connor Healy.
11-minute mark, 10-12 the Raiders. Ironbank 9-5. Goal kickers this quarter, Desengo and Watley. Here's another chance for the Thunderers. Kick goes towards the right half forward. Mulden against two Raiders players. Over the back. Good pressure here by Sherwood. Comes out to Watton, 1-2. Almost Sherwood tried to get it back to him. It's cut off by Fitzgerald. Just managed to get a kick away towards the centre wing. And it's taken by Beaverland, who says, just let's take our time here, lads. We're under the pump. Ironbank have kicked 2 goals.
If they get the ball out at the run.
Once they get it in the open and they can run the ball, they look very dangerous.
3-on-1 here. Connor Healy, good spoil. Goes into the middle of the ground. Tagliaferri attacking it. And it'll be a stoppage, will it? Yes, it will. About 75 metres out from Raiders scoring in, 12 minutes.
There, Evans is there, all the Bridgie big guns are there, Beverlander.
13-point ball game. Qualifying final. Winner goes on to play Nairne next week. Loser fronts up against Kersbrook or Gumaraka, who play tomorrow in elimination final. Reece Van Patten, nowhere handball taken by Jack Beaverlander. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle by Elijah Ware.
That's a great tackle.
And interchange gate area on the Yinch side of the ground, Yinch wing. So umpire comes in and will ball it up. So 12 minutes just ticked over. Desperate stakes now. Vandenberg bustles his way to the front of the pack. Once again on the ground level. In there working hard. And so Sullivan. And as you'd expect, Jackie Beaverlander.
Centre wing.
Bit of push and shove off the ball. Simon Holman, Craig Evans.
So here we go. Yep. Big period in the match. 10-12 to 9-5. Thunderers are coming. Kicked the last 2 goals of the match.
Raiders would be pretty happy here, Rob, just to play this pack style football now for the rest of the game.
Slow it down a little bit, get their players behind the ball. And guess who's behind the ball? Beverlander, Evans, McDonald, they're all behind the ball.
Sullivan, third man up, ball comes in. Evans was he held now to the umpire. Look at big knocker Vandenberg, man possessed there. Ball comes out here. Tagliaferri can he control? He's under pressure from Fernhead. Fernhead drops the ball forward. Ball comes down here by O'Donnell. Dispossessed gets it back to Fernhead.
Oh, he's bundled towards the boundary
over the line.
line. Great
Pressure here by Joel Van Patten. And I'll tell you what, Ironbank are coming, as Goldie said. They just need to get that score on the board.
They certainly do, and you can hear the Ironbank supporters and the coaching staff really getting into it now, Rob.
Yeah, as the ball comes back into play and Rollins gets a quick tap. Elijah Ware in there. Who's in there now as they just pile drive each other into the ground. And that was Hamish Irwin and Craig Evans. Another ball up, half forward right for Ironbank.
75 metres out from the Thunderers' goal. They're coming. Looks like another stoppage. Ball moves a couple of metres into the middle of the ground.
13.5 minutes gone. 13-point ball game. Raiders 10-12-72. Ironbank 9-5-59. Vandenberg up over the top. Did he infringe? No, sit the umpire.
Sullivan
Sit
gets
there
it
by
out to
Sullivan.
Holmes.
Get it out to Holm. Holm goes to Tagliaferri. Kicks the ball around the body towards the forward pocket area, half forward flank area.
That's all right.
Over the line.
That's a win for the Thunderers. Got
So
the ball
they
now
move.
inside attacking 50.
Bridgie have no one forward of centre half forward. Willie Sells come up to centre half forward with
Almost a little bit of
everyone
panic
else
stations here for the Raiders.
Yeah.
So Rollins gets the ball. Tagliaferri tried to squeeze it. Taken there by Houlihan. Turns back into trouble. Once again, Stacks on the mill. Rugby pack develops. Tagliaferri on the bottom of that. And also, looks like Smith. And umpire will come in and ball it up once again. So just tantalisingly pushing forward here, Ironbank.
Yep, as we reach the 14.5 minute mark of the last.
Coach-
Rollins flicks the ball down, leading the race for all. Houlihan got a toe poke forward, goes back and gets the ball. Ground level, set upon there by Walt Vandenberg. And umpire alleges he's infringed. And get a free kick there. There's a little bit of push and shove at ground level. So Houlihan has been pretty creative this afternoon. Kicked the opening goal of the game. So Adam Houlihan represented the league earlier this year. It's Malley just holding the game up. Now goes long. Pack sets big. Rollins will be the target. Got his hands to it. Taken by Muir.
Oh, he's wrapped up Beaverlander.
He's not going anywhere. Big Vandenberg had
Whoa.
a shot at mid-air.
Maxie Wakefield almost copped a boot to the head there.
Beaverlander in there. He's putting the full Nelson on Vandenberg.
shit.
This may well spill over here, boys. I tell you what, better push and chop. Here it is.
Oh! Big Vandenberg goes bang!
Oh, the big man. I tell you what, this is Mayweather. McGregor, come early, boys.
Just
Meanwhile,
slung him to the ground
Free
there.
kick taken by Connor Healy. Drives them forward. Next goal could be vital here. Got to keep their composure, both sides. Evans, the experienced one, grabs the ball, but he's pushed wide. And the Sean Tate far pocket there, out of bounds.
And it's out of bounds on the full, I think, is it?
Yes, I think he might have been pushed over the line as he kicked it. Or he, no, sorry, you're right, Rob. Out on the full
and
by
Reece-
Evans.
Yeah, Reece Van
But the
Parra.
free kick will be taken by Jack Beard, I believe. But a bit of spirit in the game here as we enter the dying stages. 16 minutes gone, 13 points of difference. Raiders 10-12, hanging on against a cruising, surging Thunderers 9-5. So deep in the back pocket, Reece Van Parrott, sorry, Jack Beard brings it back towards the wing area.
Scotty Wendelbourne barking instructions.
Big Vandenberg. Taken by Munno's dispossessed. Big Rollins is in there also.
Just in front of the
Actually,
Raiders
Rich
interchange
Jordan it
bench
was.
here.
So Coach Ryan Nelson still ringing the changes here. Vandenberg puts the frame.
Gets
He's
the
rucked
tap.
tirelessly all day. Taken by Muir, and he's rucked up in the tackle. Taken by O'Sullivan. That's smothered. Cousins. Good quick hands there by Evans. Gave it to Houlihan and turn. Gave it back to Nicky Jansen. Kicks it further forward, coming to meet it. Bridgewater through the HCM Maxie Wake, but he's locked up in the tackle. How about that one, umpire? He says no, couldn't get rid of it.
And a bit of a sling tackle there.
We're just checking if Maxie's all right. He's getting to his
Slow to
feet.
get up.
So it's on the edge of the 50 here. Free kick. It's going to the
Vandenberg,
Thunderers,
free
going the
kick.
big wheel.
Goes for Toulis, so don't know about that one, but
Yeah, bit iffy, but anyway.
Is that a 50? No.
could have paid it early in the first quarter rather than 17-minute mark in the last quarter here, Rob. 13-point ball game, 10-12,
He was hugging a different partner.
9-5.
So he, take-
Radio.
he takes it on the right half back flank, kicks it along the interchange wing. Muelden's up over the top there with a good attempt
Well
by
done,
Reece
Elijah
Jordan.
Ware into the open.
Here's a chance. Snap inside attacking 50, spoiled towards the boundary line, so we'll recharge on the 50-metre mark. Thunderers scoring in. They get a goal here, it'll be down to 7 points the margin.
So must score from this forward advantage, suggest Ironbank. That's we come up to 17.5, 18-minute mark. Ball half forward flank here. Munn sips the ball forward, getting his hand to it was Munn. Ball spills forward. Taken there by Houlihan, kicks to touch intelligently. Ball bounces over the boundary line, so just relieves a bit of pressure. Players reset as Goldie said. So desperately pushing forward are Ironbank, and equally defensively in desperation the Bridgewater Raiders.
So we're at the 18-minute mark, and it's 72-59 the Raiders' way. Ball on the half-forward flank as Vandenberg and Rollins go at it again. Tagliaferri gets the loose ball, kicks quick check forward, but
And he's done well chopping out over the last 5 metres.
They're very influential today at both ends of the ground, Adam Houlihan, for such a young fella. So just slowing down things. Old head on young shoulders. Tries to run around the opponent, ran himself into trouble in the head. Comes to Simon Holm and brings the ball back. Here's a chance coming to meet us, Sherwood. Ball stolen off him though by that man Houlihan once again. Locks the ball at ground level.
Been very good.
Trying to hang here.
Been very good, Houlihan.
Towards 19-minute mark, so time becoming an enemy now, Rob.
Yes, they've got to get a goal. The boys have to get a goal within the next 30 or next foray.
Once again,
to the forward line.
ball held at ground level.
Yeah.
As I said, the Raiders quite content to for that scenario to play out for the rest of the game. Most of the quarters are going to be going 27 minutes, so I suggest maybe 6 minutes for Ironbank to steal this game. Up they go, Jeff Munn packs the ball forward, half-forward flank area. Once again, a pack develops, umpire sitting back, letting it flow. In the meantime, we come in and ball it up.
Right half-forward flank here. 10-12 to 9-5, 20-minute mark. It's on the half-forward line for the Thunderers. Just taking his time here to getting up is Houlihan, who's been in the action all day at both ends of the ground. He's done well in this last quarter to hold things up, with the Thunderers starting to really push home strongly. But Bridgewater-Callington holding on here. 13 points the margin.
They just need a big punch out of the pack, just open the game up.
There it is,
Jeff
over the
Munn
top,
tries.
Jeff Munch.
Sherwood tries to grab it. Gets it now, quick handball to Cross. Cross here,
Sherwood.
another quick handball in the forward pocket and the ball rolls out of bounds. Joel Van Paradon couldn't quite grab that.
So edging forward,
Now
the Thunderers.
Barker 12-10, Olga Valley 10-6 over at Balhanna.
So boundary throwing, 20 metres out here from Ironbank's goal. Over the back there was Munn. Clearing kick, came from Johnny McDonald. Out towards the boundary line. And Fort sees it out.
So we're going to have the throw-in in the right half-forward flank again. Ball comes back to where it's been for about the last 5 minutes. There's the throw-in, and we've got Vandenberg. And there's a Fernhead down there that's intercepted, and they just once again lock the ball up. So we'll have a throw up just inside the boundary line on the right half forward flank, probably 50 metres around from the Ironbank goal.
So the ground bathed in brilliant sunshine now, boys, for the dying stages. As we said, come up 21-minute mark. Will it shine for the Raiders here? They need 2 quick goals to advance to the second semi-final next week against Nairne, or else front up next week for the elimination final against either Kersbrook or Gamaraka. Ball off heads Hilaire. Where can he get a bit of magic? The kick was smothered coming through his Evans. There's been so much influence there since he arrived at the ground.
No.
Ball coming out here. Vandenberg puts his body over the ball.
Lucky not to be caught holding the ball there, Craig Evans.
Well, sometimes they go for you and sometimes they don't, Robert.
Sometimes they don't. So ball up again. We've got Rowlands and Munn this time. Munn grabs the ball or tries to grab it out the pack, and once again it goes into a
tantalisingly here. We're 45 metres out from the Callington-Bracunga end of goals, which Ironbank are working to. Can they get a major here? Just really split this game open. Working hard there. Simon Holm at ground level. Locked in there. So this has been major percentage play of the this last quarter. Just ruck throw it. Bodies over the ball.
Every single player basically in Ironbank's forward 50.
Rowlands flicks the ball back, taken by Ware. Once again, he's held up with about 3 or 4 Raiders around him, making sure he can't break free and use that creativity he's got. So once again, up there, Sullivan, third man up, got the ball, but once again relieved there by Johnny McDonald. Kicks the ball out wide, leading the race for the ball is Van Paradon. Bounces out there, appealing for a deliberate AFL style, but the umpire having none of that, and there'll be a throw in.
Would have been a bit stiff there to get.
So 22 minutes gone, 13-point margin for Bridgewater. Kicked 2 points this quarter. Ironbank had kicked 2 goals. They want a couple more, that's for sure. Ball comes in here. Wakefield leading the race for the ball. He's collared in a tackle by Ironbank. Opponent.
Sullivan, I think it is.
Sullivan, Michael O'Sullivan. So you just suggest time again.
Yeah, time's against the boys.
Desperately need one.
So the ball out there now on the far side of the ground, and once again it's a scrimmage.
It's just become a rolling scrimmages here, Goldie.
Absolutely, in the shadows here. 50 metres out from Ironbank's goal. It's just worked one side of the ground to the other. Every player in that forward half of the ground.
As we hit 23 minutes, a quick kick out of the pack.
Here's a chance.
Here's a chance now as Rhys Van Paradon kicks the ball out wide into the open.
It's got a sit here for Holm. Takes two. Was that too high, umpire? Yes. Yes, a little fella, gutsy stuff by the little back pocket player, regular. So Simon Holm not a noted goal kicker, I suggest.
Hasn't kicked the goal all year.
Well,
Jeff,
no
and we're
chance.
about to find out
No
why.
chance at the moment to cover himself in glory. Simon Holm sets sail for goal. Will it come back? I tell you what.
It's come back. So we're down to a 7-point ball game.
That's the best goal by a back pocket side player since Alan Compton for Melbourne in the 64 grand final. Kicked the last goal to beat Collingwood by a couple of points. I tell you what, opportunity here for the Thunderers.
Okay. So
What about Gavin Wanganeen?
we're at the 20, coming on the 24-minute mark. So we've probably got 3 minutes left.
Yeah, so
Probably,
two
so,
straight kicks in it. 10-12 plays 10-5, 7-point ball game.
So we've got
Qualifying final here on Hills Radio. Trust you enjoy 98.9 FM live streaming it. And of course on Hills Footy Flicks. It's a ring-a-ding dinger.
Big force, Rob.
Ball about to go up. Vandenberg and Rollins again. The ball comes quick kick out the back of the pack. And it's tied up once again into a scrimmage situation. It's,
I think so.
and Bridgie just
Be about
falling on the
4
ball.
minutes,
The
4
umpire's letting it go. And I mean, the ball's probably moved 10 metres from where it was thrown up.
I tell you what, the Nairne boys here watching this will be licking their lips because both these sides it's been a pretty physical and
Oh, there it is.
there it is. And the Raiders live to fight another day as far as the second semi. So a double here for the Raiders, winning the reserves qualifying final and now taking out the A grade.
Cracking contest.
10-12 to 10-5, and as Goldie said, a cracking contest.
Absolutely.
A sensational game. So yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, the better side won. I think they controlled the ball out the back of the pack through Craig Evans, McDonald, Beverlander. All day they did it. Wakefield chipped in as well. So yeah, but it was cracking. It was just a really good, hard, physical contest. So both sides have got a couple of injuries. So over the next couple of weeks.
Something remarkable here, Rob. Bridgewater have not kicked a goal in the last quarter, but have held on to win. So amazing. 10-12 to 10-5 here, qualifying final. What we might do is just cross back to the studio for a few sponsorship announcements. Then we'll be back here at Thomas Foods International Park with Pistols, Goldie and Rob Sherwood just to sum up what's been an enthralling qualifying final. Division 2 here on Call of the Wild.
Platform 1, reverse push 1, train to party, platform 1, centre, reverse platform 1.